And we're back. Oh, fuck. I'm really loud. Okay.
Whoa.
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 I gotta turn myself down.
You're here. We need you.
Inside voices.
Yes.
Gotta adjust everyone's volume. Anyway, welcome back. This is episode 30. Wow, 30th anniversary special of the Slow is Fast RC podcast. Can we just take a minute? I want to take a minute. So we started this back in January of 2025 of the current year we're in. You know, it was Davey and I listening to podcasts when we travel. Davey and I were like, we should do this. Long story short, we started. And then, you know, I'm like, hey, Taylor, hey, Mike, we need help. And you guys would be awesome. And, well, here we are. And 30 episodes later, we did 30 episodes, gentlemen.
I remember talking about at Motorama.
Yeah.
February 2025, and we're like, hell yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah. 30 episodes later. That's crazy. That's...
Look at some of the guests and stuff that we've been able to have, too.
And,
So,
I know.
yeah. Cool.
I need to, I have a vision in my head of something really special I'm going to do. I just need to sit down and do it. And I don't want to spoil it for everyone listening. I don't want to dive too deep on it. And I don't want to talk about it and then not do it. So, but yeah. Anyways, episode 30. How have we been? Mike, I haven't seen you in longer than I've seen Taylor. Fun fact.
No. It's been a while.
You're the only one racing out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I missed LCRC. You know that I went on vacation.
Yeah. European tour.
Now I'm back. Yep. I mean, I raced 2 carpet days.
Yeah.
There's another one next weekend at Tim's.
Yeah.
On the 22nd. The date did change. Those of you that haven't paid attention to Facebook, it's no longer the day after. It's not the weekend after Thanksgiving. It's now the 22nd of November.
Okay.
Yeah, he flopped the on-road days. On-road and off-road days.
Okay.
But I mean, it's November, and I've still been golfing. On the weekends.
It's been nice.
Really?
It's been beautiful.
Yeah.
It's been really beautiful.
Chris and I have been going. Right now I'm just kind of gearing up for holiday season, really.
Yeah.
But still racing, but you know. And also now sitting down and planning the content schedule that I've been talking about for a while.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. I'm super stoked. For the people that obviously aren't aware, our listeners, I don't think we ever really made any sort of public thing about that. But Uncle Mike is planning on doing some really cool stuff for everyone on the Facebooks and whatnot. So I'm not going to dive too deep into it because I don't know too much and I don't want to speak too much. But keep watch. Uncle Mike is going to do some really cool tips and tricks for everyone.
It's also, there's going to be some recorded stuff. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it all on live stream and then like cut it up into videos and stuff, or do videos and whatever. It's probably going to be a little mix, but
yeah,
it'll be a good time.
Oh, fuck yeah. Taylor, fuck you been doing?
Yeah. Working and process of buying new house things that are just long, drawn out, and overcomplicated. Packing up some stuff to move, so it's just easier ahead of time. Like most of the trophies and stuff like that took down. I just left a couple RC cars out for display.
Right.
I haven't done anything RC related at all, other than take a couple bits off of my nitro car and make sure they're maintenance and stuff. And I'll clean them probably in the spring or sometime after I move. Doing some maintenance stuff on my daily driver cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, took some of the transmission stuff out of my truck the other day just to flush it and change filters and all that other
no
stuff.
drain plug.
Oh yeah, I was upset, and then upset and covered in ATF. You know, it wasn't a fun day.
Classic.
But yeah, I mean, just life stuff and having fun, playing with my dog, things like that. You know. What about you, Alex? What's new with yourself.
Oh, well, before I take it on to me, I just want to let everyone know Taylor started a new job, so, and he's obviously, as he said,
August.
yeah, he started a new job a while ago, but he's looking to buy a new house up near that job, so Taylor's got big life things going on, and we're all
I already
proud of
bought
him.
one, but
Well,
technically I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
sign on it.
Yeah,
You know,
whatever.
like,
Yeah, he's
oop,
closing
there's
on
my phone.
one. You guys know how it goes. But yeah, myself I started a new job 2 weeks ago as of this recording date. Um Liking it. Completely different from what I'm used to. I was a grease monkey, mechanic. Now I got a desk job, joining the corporate world. But so it's day shift. I'm still getting used to the day shift thing. I mean, I love it. I get up at quarter till 5 a.m. and go to the gym, and
How's it feel to sleep in?
I I go to sleep at like 9:30, 10.
And you're picking on me, and I get up at 3:30.
Well, I don't pick on you.
Oh, okay.
I I,
Maybe it
I
was somebody
I
called
don't
me
think
old, but it's fine.
I mean, I might call you old for any other reason, but no, yeah, been nice to get back in the gym. I'm trying to be bigger than Taylor in the next 2 months, so I've been finding all the
Oh,
tread
two
in the
months.
world. Yeah, I'm just full
Oh,
of steroids right now. I'm joking.
wow.
But
I make sure I buy the I forget. I think it was Treyharn and Gibbler and a couple other people on the stand. They were like, "How do you get so big?" I was like, "I buy the uh, hormone injected chicken because when you go to the grocery store and it says like non-hormone."
yeah,
I was like, "I make sure I buy the hormonal injected chicken breast."
yeah.
That's a secret. Shh, don't tell anybody.
But yeah, and that's the so like and Taylor, I know Mike. I don't know if I ever really talked to you about this, but like I've been in and out of the gym, and I don't know if I'm not calling myself a science based lifter or anything, but like I got to learn what my body likes for workouts and like dieting and stuff like that, and so I know my biggest thing is like trying to gain weight when I'm like actively going to the gym, and so been eating a lot, doing a lot of protein. I'm doing like about 200 grams of protein. Like I'm not super counting my macros. I'm not super meal prepping, but like I'm making sure I get my calories and my protein in, and I'm up 5 pounds right now. I'm up five
Nice.
pounds, and like I'm narrower, like burning fat, but I'm up 5 pounds. So we're trending in the right direction. So gonna try to bulk until Christmas. I'd like to hit 200. I don't see myself hitting 200 by Christmas, but
To make that muscle and not just fat in that short of time,
yeah,
not really
that's
possible.
that's like 24 pounds I'd have to gain. That's
Yeah.
and I'm doing it natural, completely natural. I mean, I take some supplements like uh some gummies like testosterone boosting. Like they aren't testosterone, but it's supposed to boost it. Might be snake oil. I don't know,
Mostly.
but I do that. Whatever. I know I'm getting stronger and makes me happy. You get it? Any?
Yeah, I usually shoot for like 5 pounds a year of actual muscle mass for me.
Yeah.
You know.
But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't done the RC thing. I haven't touched my
Just
touring
remember,
car.
slow is fast when it
Yeah.
comes to
It
muscle
is.
mass.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. But
I'm sorry, touring car. Go ahead.
no, I haven't touched it
Yeah.
other than the last update I sent y'all. It looks almost like a touring car chassis. Haven't touched it because I need to I need the system. I need to buy a system for it. And I started like getting back to working on my bathroom in my house and working on my garage, and like I had to buy oil for the house, and other stuff needs money, and I know the touring car won't be done until I have a system, obviously, until I have a motor and ESC, and other things in life are more precedent right now, so I haven't had too much motivation to work on it.
What's
But
wrong with that 4S system out of your e-buggy?
it's staying in my e-buggy. Hopefully, I'm gonna get a new e-buggy this winter. I don't know, and that's the whole thing. And I want to join Taylor and the Truggy clan, and so I can actually wax Taylor every race of the season. But
How many days, Taylor?
Roughly 159.
Yeah, I can't wait.
yeah, I gotta finish cleaning the camper up too. That's the other thing. Gotta
Oh,
finish
yeah.
cleaning up our house. I mean, I've been like working on it here and there, but I mean it's
Let
clean.
me know if it needs
but-
anything.
Okay,
I'll chip in.
I will. Like I said, I do want to upgrade everyone's mattresses.
I'm good.
You're good with the cushions you have to deal with of the kitchenette.
Whatever.
Fucking
Yeah, for
thing.
the 2.5 hours I spend on it, it's fine.
Whatever, man. I can get a mattress for $20. Like, fucking Uncle Mike has the nicest seat in the house. That futon's super comfy.
The futon I rate as second, not including the bed up front. The mattress that Chris normally sleeps on,
Oh, that's a nice mattress.
that
Yeah.
that is the number one
Yeah,
spot.
yeah. That's an actual like full size,
Yeah.
full memory foam mattress. I slept on that mattress in my later high school years growing up. It was
Yeah,
in my
that
parents'
is-
basement. Yeah.
That is the best spot in the house.
It's nice. I really like that futon though. I have a lot of good naps on that futon when I had it at my crib.
Oh, the futon's
Yeah.
the futon is actually way more comfortable than anyone would ever think.
Because it's a spring futon.
Yeah.
Like, well, the futon,
mean,
the
it's like-
futon's a normal fucking metal thing, but
Yeah, it has like a
the pad,
6 or 7
yeah.
inch like mattress on it.
yeah, it's a spring mattress futon.
Mhm.
It's killer.
And the dog loves it too.
Yeah, it fucking lays on your head, calls it a night.
hmm
And then Taylor sleeps on cushions, and Davey, I don't know. Davey sleeps on like basically a roll
Technically
of socks.
sleeps on me.
Yeah, right.
Technically.
You might be more comfy than what he sleeps on.
Yeah.
I don't know how I could sleep on that little padding that's on top of
I
him.
don't know how I could even get up to where he does.
Well, with the right medication, you can get anything up.
Oh,
Woodshed after hours.
Yes.
disclaimer. No, okay.
Yeah. Well, I do want to shout out real quick while I'm thinking about it. I was scouring their Facebook and I didn't see any posts, so I don't want to say too much. But ACS Hobbies, obviously our sponsor, Tony and Colleen, they do some pretty cool stuff for Black Friday weekend, and that's coming right around the corner. That's less than 2 weeks away. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, southwestern Pennsylvania area, go down there. I know last year they did 20% off their entire store. I know I bought a
Wow.
couple cars myself. That's when I bought my Losi NASCAR and my Tamiya, the 6-wheel F1. So super killer deals. Get out there. They start doing monster truck racing now too. If you follow them,
That's
check
sick.
out their Facebook. So, yeah, shouting them out real quick. But
Say on a non RC related note, but a lot of you guys have tattoos.
I
Do
don't.
you guys have tattoos?
No, I don't think either.
I mean, I don't.
A lot
I
of
don't.
you guys, but none of you.
Yeah, none of you guys, but all of you.
Not even Davey.
But no. Yeah,
No one
It's
in the
more so-
podcast.
A group slow as fast tramp stamp.
I want the logo right at the top of my ass crack.
I want
But,
Mike's car right above my beehole.
yes, yes. Well, no, it's a shout out to a personal friend of mine to where she's been in tattooing for a number of years now, and she is breaking out and starting her own place,
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
in California, PA. So if you're near it, around it, it is called Black Rabbit Tattoo. So, little shout out to her.
Shameless
I was
plug.
talking to her last night.
Shameless
Yeah,
plug.
shameless plug.
She owes us $30 now.
Yeah, right.
Follow the white rabbit.
Black Rabbit.
Black rabbit. Sorry.
I'm still
You know
like,
that reference?
So
Here we go.
maybe if you say it, I'll
Matrix.
probably know it. Yeah. But
Anywho's.
anywho, that's all I got on
Anywho's.
that.
We need to plan an adrenaline trip for sure. Well, I don't know how well you can participate in that, Taylor, but I know you're super busy and super far away, and I don't even know how Mike will. He's still far away, and
Saturdays are feasible.
yeah.
I'd
Well,
probably
that's
even
what.
go down Friday night.
Yeah, because after like they usually race Sundays, which like is doable.
Not
For
for me.
for me it is. Yeah, for
Okay,
you it's
yeah.
not. But and then I know Mike can't do Sundays for how far of a trip it is, but it's like the Saturday races are the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. finisher, which is great for them. That's awesome. I'm so happy seeing them get so many entries. They put on a great race. Those are the Rob Isaac races, the USRC. But it's yeah, it's a little tough because I just want to go down to a 50 entry race. Like,
I know.
but I'll get down there, and whether you guys can come or not. Hopefully, we can schedule something all together at some point before the winter's over, and if not, whatever. We
Yeah.
know where we'll see each other.
Definitely.
I'd like to
Definitely
do
talk
big
to-
dogs together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to do
Uh,
that too.
Yeah.
Talk to Pookie too, because he's been wanting to go to Adrenaline.
Yeah, yeah, I know, and I need to talk to him. Been wanting to go. Just I've been like kind of enjoying the beginning of the indoor season because I haven't been doing anything RC related, so I've been able to do my life things. See friends, see family.
Who is this?
Oh, that's Davey. Oh, goodbye.
It was.
But been able to see friends, see family, do car shows, and I like shooting pool, as you guys know, so I got to shoot a lot of pool and work on my house, and just as I've expressed many times, carpet racing does not get my rocks off, so I have not been
Same here.
too excited about the time of year. Where's our guests at?
Yeah.
They're in the waiting room.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like 15 minutes ago, I told them we'd be 5 minutes.
oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna roll a disclaimer, and we'll get them in here.
All right.
Here we go.
Disclaimer. You're about to listen/watch a podcast hosted by a group of friends who tend to use vulgar language and profanity, and also enjoy pounding adult beverages. Viewer discretion is advised. Lastly, we may be making some bold statements. All views and statements made in this podcast do not reflect the views of any sponsors, guests, followers, or any supporters of this podcast. So be cool and don't get offended. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy.
Oh my gosh!
Mike
Good
goes
job.
up here.
All right. How about the feedback now?
Hello.
That's
So-
good.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, friend.
So you
On
want
the
to?
track
There you
now.
go.
Oh, you got a
You guys
whole
aren't
list.
even in the
Wow.
normal
Are you
podcast
in the
area.
basement?
We have a new studio, friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Davey, do we
Yeah.
get to see your
All
poor,
right, so-
poor hair?
On the podcast now, on the track now, it's going to be Slow as Fast RC podcast episode number 30. That's going to be Alex, Mike, Taylor, Kevin, and Christa. I'm going to need all of my marshals from the other 29 episodes out to marshal, please. That's, Lutz, Bourdon, Camden Lime, EMAC, the Gib. I need somebody on 1, 2, 3, and 4. There should be plenty of marshals, and we can get this thing started. Let's go, everybody.
Nice camera work.
Welcome.
That was great.
Shout out Tony.
impressive.
Shout out Tony doing the camera work.
That's great.
It's impressive.
Get all
Wow,
my
doing a little
that's
moonlighting,
so
are ya?
up here.
Okay, and just like
Oh, look at that.
whoa, wow, multiple camera
Wow,
angles
wow.
even.
I like his buddy.
Look at his microphone.
Yeah.
Before we
What we're doing
introduce our guests, I just want to shout out once again Tony and Colleen down at ACS, because obviously Davey's still in the building, so Tony's
I'm
somewhere in
still
his
the
corner.
building.
You
They locked me
know,
in,
they
so
haven't
I didn't know what else to do.
haven't kicked him out yet. I don't know if it was separate car night, so if Colleen's in the house or not.
Colleen's probably driving by them actually
Yeah.
at this point,
Oh,
so
well.
she might as well stop in to see them.
Skipped out on Fortune Star tonight, but shout out Tony and Colleen down at ACS. Welcome Davey to joining us, but most of all, our special guest, our very special guest, Kevin and Christa Mummah, the owners, the husband and wife team behind LCRC Raceway. And I know I've had the pleasure just on my own end, like Kevin and Christa, they decided to bring me on to do a little R&D with Davey as well, and
R&D?
our
Research and development for
race
what?
and directing. But it has been awesome. Just I don't know. I get speechless. I get choked up. But what started out as just like a hiring thing in my life, it turned into more than a friendship, and Kevin and Christa are like family to me. So I thank you guys for joining us, and I thank you for our
We feel
relationship.
the same way about you.
Yeah, for sure.
How do the kids do it nowadays? Something like that.
I don't know. Old school.
Yeah, obviously Kevin is on our left, Krista's on our right. Yeah.
For clarifying.
That needs clarification.
Thanks.
How's it going? What's up?
Hi guys.
Yeah. How's
Look at this
how's
setup.
things?
Oh, they're good. Look at this setup.
Yeah.
This is
New
this
booms and the whole bit, man?
so you don't have the video going on the thing you leaked to us, and I don't want to get into it yet because I don't know when you want to do that, but you don't have the video going, so I couldn't watch when you guys were like, "Oh, how do we end this? Do we kiss?" Is this how you struggle
This
to
is the
kiss?
setup for that.
Oh, yeah, that would be a struggle.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is it. This is the new in-house studio
This is sweet.
on the farm.
Yeah,
Very
literally
nice.
in house. It's in the basement.
Yeah.
Love it.
yeah.
Love it.
It's like a wine
Yeah.
cellar.
Yeah, that was what I was going
Oh,
for.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You want me to go grab a bottle, Davey? I can show it to you.
Hey, what
Go
are we
ahead.
doing?
You ain't driving home. Go ahead.
Is that why it's in the basement now? I see the
Yes.
benefit.
Yeah.
Davey knows about what happens when you drink shit from the basement.
No, that's you.
Yeah.
That's you. Does it sound better now?
You sound great the whole
Or does it
time.
sound the same?
It sounded fine before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
turning it off because the speakers were running.
Davey's got double protection on his thingy
Oh
there.
wow. Nice. Nice. So how you guys been? I feel like it's been forever.
Ages,
Yes.
yes.
It's
Shouldn't
been
it be
what,
around this
30 or
time we
40
would be
days?
racing anyway? or-
If not, next
Yeah.
week, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I should be super stoked to leave work Thursday, like right now.
Yeah, it's just been about that much time, huh?
Yep. Weird. Super weird.
I
just
I
started
don't
to
think it's weird. I
clean
think
my
it's really
cars.
nice. I'm enjoying a downtime.
No, I
Little
agree with that.
off-season.
Yeah, the downtime has been nice, but it'd be a lot cooler if it was August or September or June or July, and we were making our way east for the three of us. And I still think Taylor lives on some sort of mountain that no one knows exists in Pennsylvania, but
I literally have no idea where Taylor lives.
Look at the center of the
All
state and
but
go
New
all the
York.
way north to the New York state border.
and I think that's a lie because I've been there, and I texted Taylor. I'm like, hey.
No, you went.
How far am I from you? And he said, you're still like 4 hours from me. I'm like,
Yeah,
brother, I
you
drove
were
4 hours.
Still south, and then you went further east than me.
Lives on a mountain.
Wow. You're like north of Wellsboro, right?
I am in Wellsboro, so.
You are in Wellsboro. Yeah.
But then my new job, I work an hour and a half north, so. And then I bought a house up by there. I just haven't moved yet.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Big doings.
It's not official till you sign all the paperwork and all that crap. It's not fun.
Does it happen to be an 1870s farmhouse?
It's an old house that has been remodeled.
The
I don't know.
1970s.
I think it was originally built in 1890 and it was remodeled. It's a two-story deal. I don't think it counted as a farmhouse. I don't know.
Wow. I never took you as a old school remodeled house guy.
No,
That's
because
pretty
it's
good.
remodeled, so it doesn't really count as
Yeah,
an old
it's
house.
remodeled and it comes with a really nice brand new garage.
Ah, okay.
Makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
And it's right up by work. Is it
Yeah, it's
still
like
in
15.
PA?
No, New York State, unfortunately.
Oh wow. So you're gonna
Yep.
change your residency?
Nope. I got some tomfoolery around, and I got some plans around some tax stuff and emissions and other pew pew laws and stuff like that that we won't have to discuss on this podcast publicly.
Roger that. Roger that.
Cut.
Yeah.
Edit that
And
out.
we're out.
Yeah.
Aye. Hmm. Well, that's cool. Billy Hostler just bought a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's what, 36, still living at home. Finally bought a house, moving out.
Did he propose yet?
Oh, very soon, buddy.
Yeah.
Very, very soon.
Yeah.
I'm all over it. He called me and said, "Hey, I bought the house," or we got it. Like offer accepted, the whole bit, and I was like, "So you want me to go with you ring shopping, or?"
Mhm.
But he said he had that handled. He had to find out how much money he had. I said, "She doesn't care. Go to the quarter machine. It's no big deal."
Yeah.
He does have one of the good ones. She would be cool with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys want to do podcast things?
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
Does Alex always do this where he sticks his cell phone in there and he's just like chilling? Okay.
So that was our sponsor
Only on-
calling me.
The ones where you guys are on.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Tony decided to call me mid-podcast. He's like, "Hey, you see the shit we did?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm here right now, actually."
Got that. That's awesome.
Yeah, podcast
You know,
things.
We're 41
do it.
minutes in and haven't done anything podcasting.
27.
No,
Okay.
we
all
did.
right.
We did. Yeah, I was gonna say we did for about 25 minutes.
What did we miss?
Okay. We did like an intro,
Oh, okay.
but then you
So-
re-introed our intro.
Yeah, so Alex is gonna edit that. And
Nah, I'm gonna just do it live.
So just keep in mind, it's 6:30 right now. Our dinner was ready at 6:05, which we didn't get because we were busy sitting here on the
No,
podcast.
this is their fault, honey, because I put Johnny in charge of dinner tonight, and so then it took forever to get done.
Oh,
But it's fine. We'll enjoy it that much more later.
The timetable we gave was 6 o'clock podcast. At 6:02,
I think you
There-
guys
there
knew on the
wasn't no
weekend-
we're gonna
LCRC
keep this
crew
program
involved.
rolling. Here. You know, we're on.
We were on at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We were here. Where were you?
You can make your dinner plans around the time
The
that we
waiting
already
room for
knew.
15
Oh, yeah,
minutes,
yeah. No,
apparently.
that's what I said to him. He needs to. We're waiting on them, honey. We're the guests, okay? Anyway, want to do podcast things?
Get your
Podcast
timetable
thing.
straight. Let's go.
Taylor,
Okay.
take it.
Back on topic.
Oh, wow. All right. That's official. I like
Oh yeah, you didn't know that we are official?
Yeah, he doesn't watch.
I-
He just listens.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Listen
do. I
slash
do
watch.
listen, but
Put
I
in the
don't. I
disclaimer.
don't get to watch.
yeah. No, we're official in person too. So
Wow. Yeah. All right.
let's start off.
Did we play
We're
the
real
disclaimer?
people.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Christa, what do you dislike most about RC racing?
Oh, my.
Oh, rolling right into it.
I know.
We
Okay,
want to
when
hear
I
the
said I
mud.
was open to all questions. It was all but that one.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't dislike anything about RC racing, really. I can't
Liar.
say that. I can't. No, I really can't. There's nothing I dislike about RC racing. I will tell you, when I first got into it, I was not a fan because we started out and like the first time it was just a practice day. We weren't racing or anything. And I went out and turn marshaled. And it was like my first time ever doing that kind of stuff. And I'm out there on the track. I'm the only one turn marshaling. Everybody else is just driving the whole time. And when I wasn't if I didn't go get their car fast enough, they were yelling at me. I turned around and I walked off that track.
Yeah, I don't think she's marshaled since.
Well, the problem was, is I
That'll
come
do
from a
it.
motocross background.
That'll
So
do
I
it.
was like, when I crashed my quad and it was upside down, I had to go flip the thing back over. No one's allowed to help you restart it or anything. So you'd have to, back in the 250X days, kickstart that thing and get it going again by yourself, no help, and then take off again. So I was like, why do these guys stand up on that stand and just yell at you to go faster? That's crazy. So that would be the only thing.
So then, opposite being good, what do you like most about running the track in the hobby shop, except for the fact that it pays the bills?
Is this a question directed towards me?
Yes, I
Or
got
both,
specific
me.
ones for Kevin.
Okay, good.
Kevin's are harsher, so don't worry.
Oh, great. What do I like most about it?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say I love hospitality. So for me, the RC business really has very, very little to do with just being a hobby shop or a racetrack. It is about inviting people to our event and providing hospitality. So it's just the meeting them with a drink and making them feel like they spent their money to go to a worthy cause. Like there's nothing worse than going on vacation, right? And then you get there and you're pissed because nobody cared that you were there. They weren't grateful for you. And then they didn't make it special. Like it was just boring. So like that is really my favorite thing about this business overall is just the hospitality side of it. The oh, what was it at Rise? It was called, there was 3 different ways you could do business. And it was the entertainment factor of it.
Yeah, I would, if I were forced to answer for you, I would have said the entertainment value
Same
of the
thing.
events. Yeah.
What else you got? Come on.
I got 2 pages of stuff, so pace
Oh,
yourself.
jeez.
Do we wanna alternate? I don't know what Mike has in queue for questions, and I don't know if Davey's got anything cooking in his shoe or something. But all right, Davey's got nothing.
No.
Mike, you got any questions you're sitting on?
Not at the moment.
All
no.
right, my statement
Talk, you
was
got anything?
completely.
No, he's good.
All right, Taylor, you're back up.
So Kevin, softball. When I ask you what was the biggest struggle in creating a successful RC track, what are the 2 first things that come to your mind?
I wanted him to start telling a softball story.
Well, the first thing is not knowing. Like, we didn't have a track. We never ran a race. We didn't, I mean, not that I hadn't raced since personal transponders and lipos were out, but no, to be honest, I had raced on personal transponders, but I had not raced on lipo batteries. Back when I was really seriously into racing, I was a kid, and I mean, my parents ran the scoring computer, and as the cars drove by with number stickers on them, my mom would call out the number, and my dad would hit the number on the keypad on the computer to score the cars. So, we didn't. Me especially, like I was the one that was supposed to know about RC racing. Christa had not only never done it, she wasn't around it, didn't. So like we didn't know anything.
Well, we were super blessed. So I don't know if you guys know this, but at the very beginning, Richfield Raceway actually brought out all of their scoring equipment, and Aaron came and ran our events at LCRC. So if we wouldn't have had that like intro to it, I don't think that I don't know how we could have got a race off.
Yeah.
But then we just took that humble beginnings and just grew off from there.
Yeah, that was probably one. That was probably the major one. What exactly was the question?
What are the biggest struggles in creating a successful RC track?
Wind it back.
Well, okay, so forget the successful part. Creating the RC track was we didn't know how to do it. We'd never run races before, and then creating a successful one. Well, again, we didn't know how to do that, and I'm like super over prepared. I'm the glass is always half empty. I'm worried about everything. My anxiety's through the roof. It has to be this. It has to be that. And we didn't even know what it had to be. So I worried about a lot of stuff. I overspent on a lot of stuff. I did a lot of stuff like that wall probably didn't need to be reinforced and this high and that, whatever. And Chris is like, why are you doing that? We can't afford to pay for that. And I'm like, well, that's how it has to be. It's like, I had no idea what it had to be. I was just force feeding it and hoping for the best. And, I mean, we made some mistakes, but I mean, largely, I mean, I feel like the mistakes we made in the birthing and infancy of the whole place kind of got masked over, and we survived, right? I mean, I don't know. It's the original footprint is probably one of my biggest because it's arrowhead shaped and the backstretch is not parallel to the driver's stand. I just had a conversation about this with someone just a day or two ago. I suppose when we first started, if I really would have thought about it, I would have worked harder to make that happen. But now most of us are all just accustomed to it, and we don't even think anything of it. But anyway,
Location,
answers you.
location. Do I want it here, 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 here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're just scrambling to do something, we have to just get it done. What goes wherever it fits or works, or
Well, it's so much
Yeah.
smaller then
What
too.
makes it fit where it is? Like,
Why is the track where it's
because that's where we put it, Davey.
at? No, there's a good answer to that question, actually, Davey. That was a wonderful question. It is because of the bank that was fit in there. That's where we actually envisioned the off-camber turn right there on that bank.
Oh yeah,
And that is why we put it where it is. But honestly, if we had it to do over again, I don't know if we would put it there again.
well,
because it's
I
like an
would put- I
illusion.
would
You
put
walk
it-
around the.
I would put it there again. But the problem is, when we made that first big step for the first electricity improvement, and we ended up putting that power pole, Dave Tom's pole,
Mhm.
which essentially now, if we fix the track, Dave Tom's pole would be in the middle of the track. Again, back to huge errors and mistakes that were made unknowingly. That
It
we
was
really
but
can't
the
change.
track started so much smaller that as we grew it out and added that wall there so that we could make it bigger, that's what changed everything.
Yeah, when Dave Tom's pole was installed, the track was 10, 15 feet away from it.
Right.
And now
It's up
if we
against
made
it.
the track the way it should be, Dave Tom's pole would be 15 to 18 feet in the middle of the track. So
There wouldn't be anybody pitting or having their campers on the outside ring, huh?
well, no, because the track would run clear out to that road, or maybe even a little more.
So
Again,
what's the
just
scheme? How, like, if you walk around the track,
Yeah.
this is something I'm gonna learn tonight. Like, you walk around the track, it's flat, but the track itself is not flat.
correct.
Like, there's a
Well,
giant
there's dirt on the
mountain there.
track.
Yeah, but like,
It's our sand
so
mountain.
so you built the fence around it, and like all the dirt just stays in the one pile up straight
So-
ahead
No,
of the driver's stand.
So
Like,
originally, that was our sand mound for our septic system.
Yeah.
So there was just like a small bank there. Okay. And then we built the little track there as a play track. Okay. It was not supposed to be an RC track to race on.
right.
So then when it turned into an RC track to race on, then we added more soil on top. Oh, and by the way, we checked with the sewer guy. He said it was fine. No big deal.
Yeah.
Built on top of your sand mound. You paid for it. It's yours if you ruin it. And then, so then originally it was just like the end of the bank, the sand mound ended. So all that extra where that huge wall is, that's when we had our first big track expansion and added all those extra feet of track. And that's
Yeah.
why there's that huge wall and then it's flat. It would have all been flat there before, and actually I have some pictures, Davey. I'll show them to you then. I have some pictures of what it looked like when it started, and it was just like one little mound and then flat, and all of that's been dirt that's been added to it.
Yeah, the wall has probably expanded the backstretch. Like the top deck now probably goes a good 10 to 15 feet deeper than it did before we put the wall in. So
Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Should be able to. Yeah.
I think I have a picture here of the original.
all back when we had the little gray plywood boards with the wooden pegs and stuff.
No, even before that.
Oh wow.
While Chris is looking for
I-
that, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was so cheap in the beginning. I wouldn't even buy the landscape nails. We just bought we bought wooden grade stakes and cut them down, and we'd actually cut square holes in the top of the pipe and pound the grade stakes down through the pipe. And then we would take and I took a couple feet of pipe and drilled like 3-inch hole saw holes through it and made like corrugated caps, and then I would run a wood screw through the cap and down through the top of the grade stake to hold the pipe on top of
Wow.
the grade stake.
That
Wow.
is
Got that.
cheap.
Oh yeah,
I don't have
Wow.
those
Insane over
pictures on this computer. I'll get them to you guys then.
yeah.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were. Man, actually, I think our
here.
first
Backyard grassroots type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
we were driving 8 scales on the track, and the front stretch was still grass.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
100%.
We didn't. The front stretch was not sod free until we actually held our first official
Taylor
race.
probably has these questions for you, but you're telling him the whole story before he has a chance to ask it.
Well, he's
I'm good.
carry
At,
on.
I'm good at jumping ahead of the
He's
subject
doing great.
matter.
He's doing great.
Sorry.
Hey, Kevin,
right,
how
fire
long
away.
ago was all this, by the way?
2007.
Yeah, we started in
Still in high
2007.
school.
I was in
I
elementary
was,
school.
Yeah.
I was still
Yeah.
learning to
I've been, what, a
pee in the
so-
toilet.
7?
Oh my.
God.
I would have been a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, we had. What did we decide? The first race we ever held was Halloween 2007. That's why the Halloween race is 1 year older than everything else, right?
I think we built the track in 2007. I thought the first race was 2008 because that was the last year that you were racing with Team Suzuki, right?
Okay, so then the
Halloween race was
Halloween
in 08.
2008 was the first official named race we ever had.
Yeah. We just built the very first track in 07,
Yeah, okay.
but it wasn't until 08 that we held a race.
Okay.
So did you change the layout for the Halloween race? First Halloween.
No.
At that time, if you would have told me, hey, if you want to build this RC track, you're gonna have to change the layout, such and such and such and such, I would have told you words that I should not repeat on the internet.
You have to understand at that time the equipment we were using to build a track was not
Yeah.
like what you're thinking of.
Shovels.
Now. Oh, we had a 1970.
My
Tractor?
my grandfather's
steam powered.
1976 International 674
Oh yeah.
tractor.
Oh
Still in
yeah.
it. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Where'd you find those at? Holy cow.
Okay.
Here is. You want to talk about infancy?
Oh wow.
First pieces of pipe ever laid.
That
And
is
we
some
drove on it.
grassroots stuff.
Yeah, and there's Johnny. Borrowed equipment.
I don't know if they can hear. Can you guys hear us when we do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to say real quick is because I dove deep in the LCRC history books here on the Facebook page before, and I love seeing Kevin doing his pose 20 years ago.
Fat me. Is that what you're
Well,
talking
no,
about?
no, I just mean the whole like hands on your hips, all like exhausted looking at what you
Posture,
still have to
Mhm.
do.
He's been
Yeah.
the same guy this whole time.
It's just- I don't know why, but I find so much joy in seeing that pose.
Can't make it up.
So the
who I
people
am.
that listen
looks
to the podcast
for
and
a
don't
first
see
track.
video, if you go to LCRC's Facebook, August 20th, 2010.
And you gotta wind
where-
the whole way
that's where
back in the
Christa's
photo
at.
reel there. There's the big Suzuki fucking Yoder toter.
Oh,
Look at there's
yeah.
3 of them
oh,
there.
yeah.
Then.
That was
Jesus.
yeah, what was it? The road race teams were laying over here for a week or two, and we had
Oh, there's the tractor in the background over there.
we've had quite the selection of high dollar equipment sitting there from time to time.
I'm sure.
It's been pretty cool.
It's
That looks
This
like an
is the
awesome
corner that
layout.
started the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the original off camber that Johnny riding the LT90 out in the yard in the rain after I mowed grass and said, "Boy, I just mowed around the sand mound. That'd be an awesome off camber turn for an RC track."
It's really pleasing to me seeing these. There's the Kevin pose, by the way. But it's really pleasing to me, and I'm sure Davey can speak on this, seeing pictures as such, because like when WOCRC, our local outdoor track, was being birthed, and I know Davey and I were there for a lot of it. Davey more than myself, but it was like that, where it was, we were racing on
It actually
grass.
looked like it was cut into the grass. Like it was still solid grass.
Yeah.
In the infield. Like it looked like it was cut into the grass.
Yeah, so like grassroots, has a whole different
Yeah.
meaning when it
Yeah.
comes to building a track, because but
No, for sure.
I've said a lot lately, but I've always said that like success is just, it takes time. Like it's just doing the same thing over and over again.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
is
Isn't
not
that the definition of insanity?
pretty much.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Kevin, in the beginning, did you guys visit other RC tracks and see what they were doing and see how you want to apply that to your own track?
Yeah, we went to that
Yeah.
place in Altoona.
We did. So 8 scale for me festered up for me being in California through the ATV thing. So I had already been to I mean, to this day, I still potentially have made more laps at Revelation Raceway than I've actually made at LCRC.
Well,
And then, I was at Thunder Alley. I went to, I don't know,
Is
a
that
couple
because
other.
the laps at LCRC don't get recorded? Maybe.
That's true.
Maybe if they all got if I got scored every time I went out. Yeah,
no
maybe,
official
but,
record.
yeah,
Sorry.
allegedly. Unofficial.
But we came back east, and then the whole, well, we're gonna go build your own track. So we went. We stopped at the Altoona place on the way to a Browns game with the big bus.
That was the
And-
old Altoona. And that's not what
Yeah.
what is currently
Yeah,
there, but
not
this was
Schaefer's.
a decade
It was
ago.
the one that was out behind the Caesar Batiste Club. So it was cool.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. You
We-
went to the
Johnny and I went to Hobby Hut quite a few times.
but really I would say the most of our knowledge on RC racing would have came from your time in California. And then
Yeah.
like we took what we learned from ATV racing.
Yeah, I mean, we had started racing Motorama then right away,
Oh yeah.
and I'm trying to think of where else we had gone locally. I can't think of anything off the top
You
of my
on
head.
that anniversary trip, remember that?
That's the one I was trying to think of. I always say it's down near the Buck, where the tractor pools always were. It was oh crap, Pat Risser could tell me exactly where it was. It was in
These boys weren't even
Like at-
alive. They
at the edge of the grass at the end of a strip mall down. Two brothers ran
Sure.
that place.
It
Can't
doesn't
think of
matter,
it.
but-
Anyway, we were we went on an ATV test down south, and then we stopped there on the way back. You had Johnny.
Well, it was our anniversary trip, and we went to a bed and breakfast for our anniversary, and then I had surprised you the next day to take you to the RC track. Remember?
Yeah, but I thought you had Johnny sneak all of all my RC gear into the
Yes.
truck, and yeah, because we were in an ATV test, and then on the way home we went for our anniversary trip.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you do remember.
I do. I remember.
What was Taylor's question again? Anybody?
that was so many words ago. So many
Yeah.
words ago. Okay.
But you did answer the question, so that's good enough. We'll move on.
Thanks. And like 10 more while I was at it.
Yeah.
It's just crossing
So-
off the list.
Most of us know the answer to this, but
He's
I'd
an
like you to answer
overachiever.
it for the public that's listening. Why does LCRC not do single day races?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to sugarcoat it or not make it sound corporate, but it's in order for us to put on the production value and the anticipated value you get out of your visit, it requires all the things. And it starts from the bottom up, like stocked hobby shop, the parking lot lines painted, the grass mowed,
Porta pots.
the trash, the porta pots, the race directing, the the marketing and the entertainment value of meet them with a drink and hey, how are you? Oh, hey, I saw you had puppies last week. How are they? And the whole bit. We can't. It financially it doesn't work for us to do that.
Well, okay, let me rebuttal you for a second. Because financially it would work if we had the same entries for one day and had all of the same amount of people there. We'd make the same money in one day. The problem is then we're not being able to deliver the event that our racers have come to expect.
Yeah, that timetable disgusts me.
Yeah, but like giving them as much runtime as possible. And then like I found early on as entries began to grow that we couldn't give them all the runtime. So then that's where you have to that's where we started to up the ante and what else could we provide? How do they still feel like they got their money's worth if they couldn't always have 3 rounds? And that's where all the extra stuff started to come in, and like we really worked on the weekend long event versus just the racing.
Yes, all true, 100% all true. And if we, how do I want to say it? Alex, imagine if we had 257 entries and it was a 1-day race. And of course we didn't know we were getting 257. So
yeah, we're on the tone at 11.
The drivers' meeting was at 10, and we're racing at 10:30. Oh, and hey, by the way, boys in the booth, you have till 11 p.m. to get in 2 rounds and mains.
Good luck.
Well, yeah, but back then when it was 1-day events, because we did start out with 1-day events, Taylor, to answer your question.
Yeah.
There was no 10 o'clock stop or 11 o'clock stop. It was you raced until you were done. But that was another thing that we learned is that people were not enjoying themselves. They were not having a good weekend of that. So it was like, how do we change this to make it so that they're having more fun? We want them to be excited to come back.
I'm not going to tell you that there hasn't been a time when I didn't enjoy driving toy cars till 1:30 to 2:30 in the morning. But that ship has sailed. Like there's no the masses, there's no way you're having a good time. I get it. There might be a few like real true toy car geeks that would just drive 48 hours straight and think nothing of it. I get that. But the majority of us, whether you're willing to admit it or not, you really enjoy being cut off at 10 or on practice days being cut off at 7 or 8. And listen, the track's closed. And you're like, oh man, I just wish I could run one more tank. But in the end, you're really like,
I get to enjoy this time.
Yeah,
Hey.
you're okay with it.
hey Johnny, you got them ribs done on that grill yet? Like, let's hang out. Who's got the beer? Like,
yeah, and it builds that camaraderie,
Yeah.
which is really like when we talk about our core values. That's one of the reasons that LCRC, because here's the thing, you can't just have an RC track and be like, what is your purpose in life? Well, my purpose is to have races. Like that can't keep you inspired. Like you can't work as hard as we do in the summer and have the only thing that you're working towards, like to host a successful race, whatever successful even means. So like we came up with core values early on. And one of the core values was that people left LCRC with family. Like you came and then you were added to a member of the community. Like this LCRC community and this LCRC family, that's something that we've been working towards for years because that's part of the purpose.
it's where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we came from. And we've talked about that recently at another event. But it's Alex even talked about it in the opening. He's officially been around one race over a year and he's already on the Christmas card list. Yeah. So, I mean, it's
Okay,
We-
take a deep breath.
we treat people the way we want to be treated. Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Tweet it.
Okay. I got 2 for Krista, so they'll only take maybe 5 minutes.
For both or a piece?
For both.
Okay.
Versus Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Smart.
sorry.
Listen,
Uh,
when you guys
no.
are all making fun of me on Hump Day about me cutting him off, you'll start to understand through this podcast. Like I'm letting him go here for you guys, but
Oh,
I'm
we
telling
believe it.
you,
We've done it in
Yeah.
person.
I got 8 timers set on my other monitor
We
right
egg it
now.
on in person, though, so it's all right.
Yes, you do egg me on in person.
Somehow Kevin's stories have elongated the whole time we've been recording. I don't know how that works, but
Yeah.
long stories are shorting.
Time is not a concept.
I'm just
The
teasing.
nice part about the nice part about this now is that we're all at home and not like 3 hours away from all of our homes.
You're not at home.
So when the well, closer, 3 hours closer, so that when it's
So-
done, we're all done.
Krista, what are things you'd like to convey to a first timer coming to your facility? And then I have a follow-up question after that.
Oh, okay. So, has this person's just like walked onto the facility, so they already know about it? They're just coming for the first time?
They've seen it online. They've probably seen the broadcast from 46RC or heard about you on the podcast or watched Hump Day Happy Hour. Never been on the facility.
So they're calling me before they come? You have to be a
How-
little
No.
more descriptive.
how often do people actually call you before they come?
All the
I don't know
time.
that-
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
So like this is why I'm asking the question, is because a lot of times people will be like, "Hi, I know you don't know me. I kind of know you because I watch you online," and then
That's
they're
creepy.
like,
But go
"Yeah,
ahead.
a little bit, but
We get
also
it now too.
the point, like it's part of why we do all of this is because we
Yeah.
want them to feel like they know us before they know us. But then they're like, and I checked out the website and I'm coming for the first time, but I need to know, like, what do I bring? What do I do? Where do I go? I love that question. First of all, because I built the guides online, so that visitor's guide is a really good go-to place for them, which has, I try to take down all the barriers I can. So like the things that I get overwhelmed if I'm going to a place for the first time is like, number one, where do I park? So that's why we have that overhead map, because I'm like, I don't want anyone to be like, if I park in the wrong spot, Kevin's going to be mad. I saw his grumpy face before. I don't want to see it again.
Out of the shop,
Um,
wearing flip-flops, smoking a cigarette. It's been done.
Yeah. So
Brr.
So then we know, where do I park? So I take care of that. What do I bring? So that they're in the visitor's guide, it talks about like a tent, table, chair is the most common thing, and an extension cord. A thing I do encourage people, if they've never been before, is, hey, stop in the hobby shop if you don't have a friend. Now, if you have a friend that's there, obviously you're going to go towards them. But if you are by yourself, please stop in the hobby shop. We'll throw you on a golf cart and I'll go take a ride and we'll find you a friend. That's something like basically Kevin will get him on the golf cart and say, what brand, do you have any friends that are here? If not, that's totally cool. We're going to make you one. And then like, what brand are you running? So let's pit you with people that can help you through the weekend. And we've really found when somebody finds someone like that, that is exactly what they need to have them get through a really successful weekend, because it's like, where are the heat sheets posted? Everyone that's there knows where that is, but that's not something you really put in the visitor's guide. I mean, it is in the visitor's guide, but like, it's not descriptive in that way. You kind of need a buddy to be like, where do I go now? And
For all the little
that's
like, nuances and stuff.
yeah. And like, even standing on the stones, if you've not been to LCRC before, you don't know that you're lining up on the stones to go up on the driver's stand. And there's no way in any driver's meeting or in any visitor's guide. First of all, even if I wrote everything out, no one's going to read all that. But, like, I try to give as much information as possible, but really having a buddy is the best thing that you can have there. So we try to hook them up with that. And then from there, it's just that, hey, listen, if you see anybody in a blue LCRC shirt, they're there for you. Like, I don't care if it's turn 2 or if it's just a racer that's here. If they care about us enough to represent our brand, they will be happy enough to answer any question you have. I really feel super proud of our community at the track, and like that they'll help any newcomer. So We do that, and then obviously Kendall and I in the hobby shop, like we're your go-to all weekend long. So whenever you do feel like I don't know what to do next, hey, don't ask any more questions. Come on in. We have a radio. If we can't solve that problem for you, we know who can.
Real quick, Taylor, before you carry on, I just want to double down on what Christa said. How Christa and Kevin, their values with pitting with people you know or the brand you run. Because it was Cancer Race. I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday morning, but Kevin, I don't know if Kevin remembers, but he had me come down and some new guy coming to the track, never been there before, needed a place to pit, didn't know anyone. Kevin's like, hey, handle this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, what brand you want run? And he's like, Techno. And conveniently, that was the same race. The Techno regional manager was there. And so I'm like, oh, I know exactly where to put you. So I put him right next to Mike Lopes and the Pieris, Chris and Cash. And it was across the lane from Uncle Mike. So it's like, if you need techno help here, beyond techno help, these dudes are the greatest people in the world. And like Chris and Mike and, Uncle Mike, they know LCRC very well. So, and that's stuff I've carried on even to other tracks I go to, or like WOCRC when new people come. It's like, well, what do you run? Oh, Mugen or Associate. Okay, well, Associate, you need to go find Pappy Jim. If you're running Mugen, go find Andy Blair if Taylor's not there. And so, yeah, I encourage other tracks to do the same as that, because that's just a killer thing to do. That's all I got.
Yeah. So, Chris, to follow up with that for a first timer coming, what is your idea of the ideal customer?
I almost brought ideal customer up earlier.
Oh no,
so
we'll get to everything we talked about and more.
Okay, so my ideal customer, oh man, I guess I'll be real honest because it's you guys. So my ideal customer, number one, is not in a rush. So he's not running 17 classes because there's a lot of extra stress. Now, you wouldn't think that because 17 classes mean a lot of entry fees, but my ideal customer is running a reasonable amount of classes that they can keep up with on their own. They have some expendable money. They're not on a shoestring budget. I'm sorry that sounds awful, but that is true, because it does make you feel really bad when somebody is struggling and can't necessarily afford the thing that would change their program. And it's like, you just feel so helpless to help them. So a little bit of expendable money in this hobby is helpful. The most important things are like that they're just there to have fun. Like my ideal customer, even when they're having a bad day, they're having fun. They're enjoying it. If the worst thing happens on the track, they're still laughing with their buddies. They're not looking for places to complain. They're not looking for ways to nitpick. They're just there for an enjoyable experience. Bonus points if they enjoy it enough to say that, hey, this was awesome and I really enjoy it.
So would you say that your idea of a ideal customer probably isn't somebody that's been racing for a long time and takes it really serious?
Absolutely. I am okay with the serious racer as long as they also enjoy it. Like Jason Schreffler, when you guys were interviewing him, he has been doing this a long time. He is a serious racer, but you heard him. Like, even when things happen, he's always laughing when he comes off the stand. He's never throwing a radio around. He's not, he's like, oh, well, that one didn't go great, but we'll just do it again next time.
He doesn't pull a Toby.
No.
I just think that it's so important to remember like how grateful we should be to even just get to do this together, and like that we get to hang out and play with toy cars on an RC weekend, like a whole weekend. Like how freaking awesome is that? There's really no reason to complain or, throw a tantrum.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin, do you have a difference
that.
of opinion on what your ideal first customer could be?
I would never publicly nor privately differ in opinion from what my wife said. Just so you
Yeah,
know.
right. Oh my gosh. Have you been to Hub Day?
Kevin, your wife has already texted me that you have a difference of opinion on this subject.
I mean, your ideal racer is not my ideal racer because
No.
my ideal racer is a Joe Schmo. It's not, like it's
Well, listen, I am still a little RC geeky where like, I like it when Mugen Challenge doesn't fall on 10 scale Nats or E Worlds or whatever and we get 6 or 8 of the top 25, I still like that. I would never, without being in this conversation, I would have never described that as being my ideal customer. That's a little
customer is the
different.
wrong word,
Yeah.
but I would say racer would be
Could
the right
even
word.
call
But
them customers.
you love a pro. You get really excited when the
Yeah.
pros come out.
I dig it.
I have come around now that
Get
I'm
all
starting
chuffed.
to get to know them. But like I'm gonna tell you, early on, I'll just tell you, it was 2012 for a few laps.
Uh,
But like we had a pro guy come that came to sign up for it was the big one, right?
yeah.
And he came up to the table to sign up, and he was like, "Hey, this is my name." I was like, "Oh, okay, like whatever." And then I was like, "Okay, well, it's $50 or whatever the price was at the time. I think it was even cheaper."
Probably 35.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh no, but my name is such and such." I was like, "Okay, $35." He thought he should get free entry because of being a driver that had a name. First of all, I'd never heard his name before.
Responsibility to pay for his thing, not him.
Yeah, well, that's what I was like. I was like, I don't really care what your name is, but you're still gonna have to pay your entry. But so I guess early on, there was a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, and
Yeah.
that guy wasn't a super well known one. Most people wouldn't recognize his name, but it kind of put a little bit bad taste because I was not an RC person, so I didn't know the difference between him and Ryan Mayfield or Adam Drake or anybody else. I just thought, oh, this is how these guys are. Now that I know, like Joe Bornhorst, I know he lives in Ohio or whatever, but I still consider him one of our hometown racers. And like,
For sure.
Ryan Lutz and Adam, obviously we have built a relationship. So I do feel differently about the pros nowadays than I did then. But still, I'm like, I really don't care about them coming to race as much as the Joe racer.
Along the lines of Joe Racer, I mean, I like the guy that is prepared and can handle his own stuff. He needs help finding like where's the piece of real estate that I can put my tent up, and I brought a 50-foot cord. I just need to know what direction to go to plug it in. That's my guy. The guy that shows up that has a tarp, no cord, and oh yeah, I'm running 3 electric classes. Like, okay. Oh hey, by the way, I forgot
Can I
my
borrow a charger?
forgot my chair. Do you where can I grab a chair? That probably not my idea.
And I have to dial back now because I just said that. But the reason I don't really get excited about the pros coming is because like they don't like usually go over and do cornhole, or they don't, participate in the other stuff. They're not under the bingo tent when we're doing bingo but I do have to totally dial back because that's changed over the last few years. Because if you look at Spencer Hecker and Aiden Horn,
yeah.
and then like Adam Drake's always on the oval track when we're doing the late model stuff. So it isn't like it used to be. I need to think about the way I say that anymore because they do participate in all aspects.
Yeah.
But when they used to when the pros that came were serious and like focused on the racing and we can't show up for cornhole because we're racer people. And I was like,
Yeah, we're too busy rebuilding our diffs and
yeah. I'm like, hey,
mountain
why don't
tires
you
and
like
whatever.
come hang out? Anyway.
Moving on.
Well, this one's for Kevin, and it might go on for a little while, but can you elaborate on your passion for Mugen Seiki cars? How did that begin from the very first Mugen car? And then how did that transform into, I have written down a business partnership. I'm not sure if you want to describe it that way or a different term.
So
How'd you start with me again?
Yes, Christa, just walk them through it.
I will. It's okay. I got time.
So
This is part one.
You guys don't even know how long ago this was.
That's why we're asking.
No, we don't. You haven't told us.
This is the definition
This
of a
is the
long
part
story
of a
short right now.
podcast.
Okay.
Honey, can you write me bullet points that I can just go over? and
Spark
cut
notes.
these out?
Spark notes. Come on. Give us the
So
flashcards.
this is pre 2012, so like we're not on the national map yet. Um, I don't remember exactly what year, but it's pre 2012, and we've had a couple like I'll say what 120, 150 some entry races, and and a southern racer by the name of Barry Pettit. I had met him. I had met him at Motorama one year, and Barry started coming to a couple of our races, and I got to know Barry and his dad and his mom, and super nice people.
Mm-hmm.
And one time they were here, and Barry would always call me and ask if I could hook him up with the pit spot out under the carport. And what that meant back then, the original or the chicken coop carport that you guys know of now, that was the original display carport when we were selling them back in the day. That was out along the road, like out in front of Harry, out by 35. And I would always reserve that carport for Pettits, and they would usually bring somebody with them. Not always the same people, but And then they were here for a race, and I would always go over and see them. And there's a guy there with them. He's not racing; he's just there. And ended up talking to the guy for a couple hours, and nice guy, whatever. And come to find out that was Chris Moore, and Chris Moore he's the Mugen USA guy, and that was pretty cool. Like, got to hang out with him and meet him, and I honestly I would have to say that Chris and I have just been friends ever since. I mean, one of the nicest human beings you could ever meet ever, let alone the brand and the whole bit, and one of the things that we discussed shortly after that, which I guess I missed the part. So I got on Mugen cars because I was driving low C cars at the time, and they were awful. I couldn't get any grip. It was like driving a sprint car the whole way around the off-road track. And my newfound bestest RC buddy back then, CR Lovell, was on Mugen cars, and holy crap, got to have one of these things. So I actually bought a used MBX6, and that was probably the car I had at the time when I met Chris. And we were talking about Barry and teams, and of course we were still hot to trot on ATV racing, so like the whole team thing was like super huge in our vocabulary, because we were hosting Team Suzuki here out of our shop. And one of the things that Chris said to me was that the Mugen team is not it's not about not that it's not about winning, but we're more so after good core family values and helping good people, rather than worrying about going after the hotshot pro that's going to win us a couple titles. And I, at the time, because in ATV, my Suzuki team, we not that we couldn't be beat, but we couldn't be beat. Like we were very dominant. And to go to RC and have this team family I wanted to be with, and realize that, well, we're just cool. Like we want to hang out and help people and have a good time. Winning is kind of secondary. That was kind of weird. But fast forward, almost 2 decades now, and I love it. I mean, we don't try to talk people into the brand, and if you want to stray away and go try something else, hey, by all means, go, have at it. We're not trying to pressure anyone into doing it, if that puts a cap on it.
You have a follow up to that, Taylor?
Well, the next one's to you. I'm thinking we go long story, quick 3-minute story, long story,
Okay.
breaking up the podcast. So Christa,
Sure.
Do you ever have trouble performing good customer service during an event weekend? And do you want to touch on any stressful situations that you've had to be nice to people when you don't want to?
Good question, Taylor. Um,
Can I answer for her?
Well, actually,
it's funny because you guys had Kendall Mechanic on one time, and I remember her talking about this and like giving tips to people who are coming in the hobby shop about what's easier and what's harder. For both of us, she does a really good job, especially for her age. But it's so important to me because of that hospitality factor to keep a positive mindset. And I will say it is very difficult. If you have a really hard customer come in who's really just giving you a hard time, it's really hard to rebound from that in a race weekend and be able to go back to the positive. Honestly, I would just say like the LCRC Christa that I want to be right after that. And then honestly, sometimes during the race weekend, it can be the whole day. And like I remember a couple times I would say to someone like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. Like I know I was a little snappy with you just then. I had a really hard customer." And they're like, "You weren't snappy. You were fine. What's wrong?" But like I have a certain expectation of how I handle every experience. I want every single time that people come into the store to feel like that they were catered to and that we cared about them and that we listened to them when they were talking to us and that I can ask them about their lives and things they shared the last time that they were there. And Kendall also, she's really picked up on that and done a great job. And we've talked a lot about that people, especially in the hobby shop, like we have people that they want, it's not just about coming to these races. It's about coming and having friends and having people that care about you as much as, they might hang out with us on hump day every Wednesday. And like, we tell them everything. So they feel like they know what's going on with the farm and the dog and the kids and the life. And like, that's, in the hobby shop, that's my opportunity to have that and flip, like, tell me about you and what's going on with you. So, but it can be really hard to rebound from those difficult customers. And, it's a really long weekend. So like on Thursday, I feel like I do pretty well at it. Friday, maybe not so well. Saturday, a little worse. And come Sunday, I'm like, it's fine, Toby. I don't mind running the camera. I need out of the hobby shop. So, you just do the best that you can, and you hope that everyone, they know you from these other interactions that we have between hump day and like podcasts and other things, that they know our real personalities so that they don't let, if there is a negative experience, to reflect badly on what they can expect from us at LCRC.
And next one for you, Krista, then we'll go to a long one for Kevin. I've heard this answer before, but for other people that haven't heard that, so you can explain it and other people can understand what you're trying to say. What are your opinions on racetracks and hobby shops opening nearby you guys in the same, region or things like that?
Yeah, we're super supportive. I really feel that the more different places that we have inside this hobby, especially in our region, the more racers we will get. Especially, hobby shop wise, but having one-on-one help. This hobby is not an easy one to get into. Okay. Like if you've never tried to purchase an RC car before, that can be a daunting task. You don't know which kit, when you get on the internet and look up like what off-road kit do I need, that's not straightforward to you. Even if you get onto a great website that has the kits there, it's not easy to know which controller and which ESC and which other things that you need for these things. You need a good mom and pop hobby shop to help you through. I feel so bad for somebody that goes to one of the big conglomerates, for lack of a better term, to purchase their first time RC because they didn't have anybody to tell them, hey, yeah, you can get that charger and it's really good, but honestly, for what you're doing, this charger is better. Or yeah, that radio is great, but really the only difference between this radio and that radio is this. Or, hey, I know you were only going to spend this much money, but if you just spend $50 more, you can have this last you the rest of your RC career. People need that. And they need it in a place that they feel comfortable for. That also getting into this hobby the more tracks, the more hobby shops, the more people that are in this area that you can work with that can help their customers, the more our hobby will flourish and grow. And it's good for everybody. I'm a big proponent of tracks working together and hobby shops working together. We, we don't do rock crawlers. We don't do fifth scales. We don't do a lot of, anything boats or air or that kind of stuff. And I have a list of hobby shops that I send them to that do. And I hope that like ones that don't do 8 scale and aren't really into the racing thing, send them my way, that, hey, listen, this is something that they can really help you with. This is their, and I don't think that any hobby shop or track should try to be good at everything. That's just your number one way to fail, because there is no way you can keep up with all the new things coming out inside of this entire hobby. It's just way too hard. Davey, that is very distracting right there. That just took me by complete surprise when I looked down. But anyway.
It cut out. There's like a bad delay. I don't know how I sound compared to how I look,
It's
but like
fine.
it's
You look
really
great.
It's perfectly
Everything's
fine.
good,
There's
Davey.
been zero
everything's
Yeah,
issues.
syncing
even
because like on my
messing with
screen
it, but
I'm
it's fine.
severely delayed. All right, we're just gonna roll with it. I don't know what's
You can
going on.
roll. You're good.
Just hit the button.
You sound way better
I
than
did
you
a
look,
couple
baby.
times and it shut off. You see? I'm gonna just stop hitting the button. I don't know. Carry on.
So
Very-
is this like one of those times when you hit the start button and
Wait, not yet.
and then it goes? Do you have a
Delayed
second
reaction, the
indicator-
delayed
do you have a
reaction
second
is
indicator
Initiating
on
delayed
when you turn
sequence.
off?
I can start a tone for us here if I just have to
Oh,
start an event.
let him build it first.
Sorry, Taylor.
Yes. So, Kevin, one question for you, and then that'll take us up to our first commercial break. How
Yeah, we're
did you
having
meet
more
the
than one this
Ronas,
time. Damn.
and how did that lead into the business partnership that you guys have?
That would go to 2012, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason was here in 2012 for Fuel Nats, and
Despite being from Florida and really good in the, you would assume really good with heat, he could not handle the heat at 2012 and hung out in the hobby shop the entire time and got to know him.
yeah,
He
Yeah.
basically had a chair they set over the corner next to the door, and he hung out there pretty much all weekend long.
yeah, true story. And I mean, I don't know. From there, we just, I don't know. We just kind of, I don't want to say we sort of befriended right off the bat, but it was more like business acquaintance friends at first, and then, I mean, Jason and I don't go on dude trips together, but like the wives go. I mean, several times in life now they've taken off and done like complete non-RC related outings together.
Yeah, Allison and I, we talk at least once a week. I just really think at least for our relationship, we just realized that we had so much in common. There's a different perspective of being a woman in this hobby, and then take that one step further, being the wife of the owner. Because pretty much no matter how hard you're working, there are certain people that look at you as just, oh, you're just married to the owner. Alex is even guilty of this. A lot of times he will say it's Kevin's place. So there's a certain stigma of like being the wife, and it doesn't matter even if you're, especially when they're traveling and you're putting in more hours than they are. It's their place, and you're just like the supportive role. So Allison and I like really just connected on that.
Alex really messed up there.
Okay, first of all, I don't know where that information's coming from, because as it's been clear, I know who the 51% is, and it's not
Episode
Kevin.
7 on the 5-minute 32 mark, and then episode 8 on the. No, I'm
Hang
just
on.
kidding.
I'll write that down. I gotta. Because I if I had $1 for every time Davey and I looked at each other in the booth and we said we know what the 51% is, that we'd have our own thing going on back here.
Kevin,
that.
predating 2012, was J Concepts the premier tire brand that you guys stocked in the hobby shop at that time?
Absolutely not.
No. AKA back in the day.
Yeah, AKA was hot, like
Well, yeah.
smoking hot.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
That was all the tire we really stocked at the beginning.
Yeah, we barely had M3 whole shots. And I mean, we stocked a few J Concepts tires, but not even many.
They were mostly short course, weren't they?
I don't even know. At 2012, we really didn't even have.
Oh, you don't remember then?
I mean, we had some,
What?
but
You remember what changed it?
no.
Can you remind him, Krista?
In 2012, we went after some sponsorships because it was our first time with Fuel Nats. And a lot of our responses were, and here's the thing. So like, if you never hosted a Fuel Nat, or you don't understand the bidding process, there's not much money that comes from hosting that event directly from entries, excuse me. So like what Roar tells you is, don't worry, the sponsors are going to come in and they'll pay you, and that makes up the difference. So we're like, oh, okay, like whatever you say. And so we put out a sponsorship proposal. First thing, oh, this is interesting. Should I?
Say it.
She's making it long.
Say it. Say it.
Okay. So like we reached out to other RC tracks that had held Fuel Nats previously, and like, hey, we're just like curious, like we don't know how much to charge for a sponsorship package or whatever. And the tracks we reached out to, they were like, you're on your own, buddy. They would not help us.
Right.
So we had no idea what we were doing. And when we put them out and we started sending these out, a lot of our responses were, we will not send you any money, but we will send you that amount of product in trade for the sponsorship. And so we took a few up on that deal, but really J Concepts was the number one that we took it up on, because they were willing to fully stock our shelves and then take back anything that we didn't sell. And that was a game changer for us, because we were so scared to like go too deep in inventory. And then all of a sudden, you don't make any money at this race. And then how are you going to pay for that inventory if you didn't sell it?
Well, and we were flat broke right then to begin with, because we had put
so much into the facility at
All
the
your
time.
eggs in the basket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was no extra money.
Everyone's eggs were in that basket. The basket was upside down.
Yeah.
It was bad.
And so we ended up taking up a few different companies on that deal, and it really ended up saving us, because the hobby shop sales are what bailed us out from being in trouble. And then we only had to pay for what we sold, at least for a couple companies, but J Concepts was one of them. And then that really just opened up a relationship. But I will tell you, my first ever experience with Allison was through that. And I put she had emailed me the J Concepts logo, and I had put it on the flyer, but it was like the white outline, and I had added a black outline outside of that, so it would stand out in front of the backdrop of the flyer. And she emailed me a really nasty email about, don't change my logo. And I was like, I'm really sorry. So that was my first. I was like, this woman's scary, and I'm never going to do anything to make her mad again. But now I send her little things when she fills her. We're iWatch friends, or Apple Watch. What do you call? Why don't they call it an iWatch? It's an iPhone and then an Apple Watch. Very annoying. Anyway, we're friends, but now we send like when she finishes working out, I send that stupid little. This is ridiculous. Continue on. Have you ever looked at that?
Talk
Like when
about
somebody
long
finishes a
story.
workout on the Apple Watch? I know. But have you ever seen like the messages Apple Watch will give you to send back to them? They're horrible. They're like, oh, I could have done better in my sleep, or like they're like mean things. But now we send those back and forth to each other.
So that brings us up to our first commercial break.
Anyways. Once again.
8 minutes overdue, but hey,
All right.
Once again, big shout out to Tony and Colleen down at ACS. Davey, raise your hands up. Show them the facility. There it is. You see the oval track. You see all the merch in the back, train stuff. He's talking, but we can't hear him. Oh, yeah, there's the track. 1RC and Mini B and Mini T and monster trucks
Micro.
now. And, Micro, yeah, sorry. And the Losi NASCARs, all that fun jazz. Anyway, here's Tony and Colleen.
So, how do you hobby? At ACS Hobbies, we've got everything to fuel your passion and spark your creativity. Whether you're into RC cars, model trains, boats, or planes, we have a huge selection of kits, parts, and accessories. Need paints or tools? We've got you covered. Test your skills on our RC crawler course or race on our oval track. There's always something fun to do. Plus, discover an awesome range of games for all ages. ACS Hobbies is your ultimate destination for hobby enthusiasts. Visit us today and start building your next adventure.
I'm not ready. And we're back.
And we're back. All right, and we're back, obviously. So I have one question. This is to both Kevin and Christa. What is the best advice, if you could give one piece of advice, and it can be two different ones from each of you, if you could give one piece of advice to someone, whether they are in the process of starting their own track or they already have a track up and going, what is the best piece of advice you can give them to be successful on the track side of the RC hobby?
You want to go first?
Wow. I have
Don't
to
do
ask
it.
a lot of well.
I'm
So
joking.
the whole time he was going on with that, I'll give you a one word answer. Don't. But that's not true. That's not true. Like, I gotta know.
First thing he does is starts laughing hysterically.
Do you own the property?
Well,
Because if
yeah.
you don't own the property, then seriously,
You should really.
I'm not
be
saying
careful.
don't, but dude, you gotta think that through. If you say, "Oh no, I own the property," you know, well, you better find some good friends that are willing to come and help you, because you can't do it alone.
Yeah, and
it takes a village.
And this is good talks, Kevin. You know, you and I had multiple times off camera where just the whole owning the property thing, and all our listeners, we can look historically back at all the great tracks that unfortunately had to shut down. And I mean, obviously I don't have the statistics in front of me right now, but it's like 99% of them didn't own the place they had a track at. So I mean, that's one of the hardest things. You know, you aren't going to become a millionaire operating a toy car racing track, as cool as it is to all of us. But if we look statistically at all the tracks that are still alive and have been alive for 10 plus years, LCRC, WOCRC, you know, they own the places they live at. I mean, LCRC is its own thing, but like WO, it's built on the property, and everyone involved has a real job, like, that's not in the hobby. So if it makes money, cool. If it doesn't make money, cool. You know, no one's losing
That's
money
what I
there.
would say. Yeah, that would be my advice. Is that luckily when we started this, we were able to diversify. So we had the ATV business that was kind of sustaining it, and then we were able to do RC on the side. You know, I would say that you got to be able to go all in and be ready to reinvest, because racers want to see that when they're spending their hard-earned money that they've worked really hard for at your place, that you're putting back into the place to make it something. You know, they have certain expectations about what a race should be like, and it might be a long time before you're actually making money. You know, for us, it was almost a decade of just reinvesting,
For sure.
and
It was over a decade.
and really working really hard. I would that's my other thing is like, I really would say, now I will tell you, over the last couple years, I think we've finally slowed down a little bit, but the first decade of us doing this, we worked so hard. Like, you can't imagine the amount of hours we put in to make it possible. And the thing is that nobody's going to work on your dream as hard as you are. So like, we couldn't ask anyone, like, we had great people helping us, but like, we couldn't ask people to do more than us. You know what I mean? Like, you had to do double of what that you would ever ask anybody else to do for you. So just be prepared to work really hard. I remember, you know, when we first had Adeline, and like, we'd work, I get up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and work for a while. And then we, you know, spend some time with her and then go back to work. And then, you know, it'd be late nights, and just, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes no matter what.
So Adeline was born, and the two of you spent maybe one night in the hospital?
No, remember, I
two.
had trouble, so we were there 3 or 4 nights.
What I do specifically remember after the long laboring, which was over the course of 2 full days, I remember getting home, and course, we lived upstairs at the time, above the shop. You weren't home. You weren't home 24 hours.
Yeah, I stayed home for 24 hours. And then at 25 hours, I strapped that kid to my chest on one of those like carriers and we went to work.
Yeah, like crazy. And
We just for a few hours here and a few hours there. But the thing is when you do own this, like this is the advice, is that when you own it, there's no like you can't take vacation. The work just piles up. So like if you're not there to do it, then it doesn't get done.
you can take vacation, but the work still needs done. So you're either going to do a pile of it before or a pile of it after, or, you have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
It doesn't magically get done by the vacation minions when you're gone. I mean, you got to
You
do
can't
it.
go away from it because
Yeah.
it's at home. So it's like,
Yep.
oh,
As Davey and I say all the time, it's a commitment.
100%. 100%.
All right. I'm happy with those answers. Taylor, you're up.
Okay. So, what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about sponsorships at a lower level?
I'll take this.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let me lead by saying this. So obviously we came from an ATV motocross background, but even more so than that, my first job within the industry was at a KTM dealership. Shout out to 5 Star Cycles in Sagertown, Pennsylvania.
Shameless plug.
And yeah,
What was the town?
they-
I'm sorry. You went.
Sagertown, Pennsylvania.
Sagertown.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like out towards Erie way because I grew
All
up in Ashtabula, Ohio, which is like right across from the Pennsylvania border. So I worked
I
in
knew
PA.
Ohio, so I was shocked to hear that you worked in PA.
Yeah, actually, almost all my work experience was all in Pennsylvania because we lived right across the line. So
You were you
But,
right at the lake, whatever lake it is that goes in? Fucking yeah.
yeah. So Ashtabula County is the very tip-toppity county in Ohio, and so it
that's
lines up
Erie.
right next to
Oh,
Erie.
that's a
Yeah.
different
yeah,
lake.
they're like literally right across the board.
Anyways, sorry.
So anyway, wait, what was the question again? Okay, so sponsorships. So
Yes.
anyway, I worked at a KTM dealership, and the way that KTM handles dealerships or sponsorships is that a dealership gets to hand those out. Okay, so like you get X amount of dollars that you can give out, and then all of those orders and everything come through you as the dealership. I really wish in this hobby that we could find a way to still incorporate mom and pop shops into sponsorship deals so that those purchases can still support bringing inventory into the hobby shops. My number one complaint about the sponsorship stuff is just that it's very difficult. Like the majority of my racers could run a certain brand, but if that brand is mostly sponsored, they're not buying enough parts from me to justify me fully stocking the inventory for that brand. That's really hard because I have all these people outside, and if by chance they break it and one of their own does not have it, which they're going to go to one of their other sponsored drivers first, then maybe they'll come in the hobby shop to shop. But when I don't have it, they're so disappointed with that I don't have it and that they don't have the part to keep racing. But yet it's difficult as a mom and pop shop to justify spending the money to keep a full line on the wall when most of it's sponsored. So how do
getting
we fix
double
that problem
whammied.
in this hobby? That would be my biggest complaint about sponsorships. I wish it was just upper level that got paid, like those guys. And then the smaller stuff, I just wish there was a way to work that out with the hobby shops.
And not to mention how hard it is too, like when almost yearly, if not just a little over yearly, that whole stock you put in becomes then out of date. And then now we mix that across 8 different brands, and we're talking thousands and thousands in merchandise that becomes practically worthless.
Let alone kits.
Yeah.
I really wanted a few years ago, I wanted to have one of every 8th scale kit on the wall because I said the thing that we focus on is 8th scale. So we really should have everything here. So that if you're interested in 8th scale racing, we've got what you want. But even those turn over so quickly. There's no way to
It's not
responsibly do
feasible.
that in the hobby shop. Yeah. I mean, listen, if we had a ton of expendable money, sure, we could do that. But then you're literally making irresponsible decisions that could, put our track up. Like that's not worth it. You have to make decisions good for the business.
Let alone all the different SKUs and pins and tags and data entry and inventory tracking and holy crap.
And learning enough about every brand too to be able to support it. You know, like
Oh,
I talked
yeah.
about earlier, we want to be able to answer the questions. So that's why one of the reasons that we really support Mugen is because if somebody comes in and asks a question about Mugen, I know that I can say, "Hey, Kevin, can you help them?" And if he can't, can call Adam and get some help. I can't do that with every brand.
Well, and even so, I mean that's where Taylor's become so important to me because my 50-year-old hard drive is full. So anytime I want to bring something new in, I got to get rid of something old, and I can't. Guys are asking me setup stuff, and what are you running for pistons or this or that? I'm like, if I don't go out and talk to Taylor, he can help you.
Sure.
And that's with my own brand. Like the other brands, I literally thank heavens I know the kingpins to send people to because I don't know. I don't even know what the brand I run. It's crazy. And it gets worse every year. Not only do the car kits change and the parts change, but they come out with this new super duper inverted flapper mega piston something, that I've never actually run or
I
whatever.
wouldn't even say about that. You know, for me, it's the nuances that, like, okay, now the techno guys are running this weird S-Works front carrier upside down on the rear of the, like, there's just no way in a hobby shop to keep up with all these trends that are going on. It'd be really cool. I mean, and I guess a huge RC, nerd could get into that, but it makes it really hard to support if you are diversifying between too many brands.
Well, yeah, and then you get the associated guys are buying the Mugen rear hubs, and the Kyosho guys are running all Kyosho stuff because they're basically not allowed to run anything else. But the techno guys are running Kyosho pistons, and they swap back and forth. The X-ray guys are running Mugen pistons.
Yeah, but then they're not posting that on their setup sheets because they're a techno guy or a whatever brand guy, and so they can't say, "Oh, by the way, I'm throwing this Mugen whatever on." So there's not a solid place to go look that up. You just got to know a guy that knows a guy to help you do that. Anyway, this got off topic from our sponsorship talk, but it all does relate back to the same problem, which is that incorporating the mom and pop shop, if the team associated guys, for example, if like the new thing coming down from the top was that, hey, we're going to run this S-Works flapper in our piston, then if that information could come from somebody at team associated, then you would feel responsible as a hobby shop telling people. But when the hobby shops are getting cut out of that side of the sponsorship, that kind of the race side of things, it's difficult to know what to suggest to your racers. Now, I will say, like, we're super blessed. Like, Vin, it does such a wonderful job, and like having him be a kingpin here on the East Coast, like I know I can send him there, and if there's information like that it'll get to them. But
yeah,
unfortunately, Vin's not there Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
So, on my normal life, I have to know how to answer those questions too.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But that's where, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone in here has heard me discuss this or someone else where I wish that, hobby shops get their deal through the distributors, right? And then the sponsored cats get their deals, but I wish we lived in a world where the sponsored cats had to go through their local hobby shop and they still get their deals, like whether it's 20, 30, 40, whatever they get off the MSRP or whatever, but then like the mom and pop still get a little piece of the cake. It might not be as much of a piece of the cake as Joe Schmo coming off the street buying the first tracks of Slash for their son or daughter, but a little piece of the
But
cake.
it would at least justify keeping it on the shelf,
right?
I think for me, it would be ideal if, like, let's say Mugen, if they wanted to allocate a certain amount that, like, okay, this is your amount per year that you're going to sponsor. And then, like, we could kind of keep track of, like, okay, with these discounts that we're giving out, we're to X amount of dollars that, like, they're saving us somewhere too. So that it does come down to the hobby shop. And, because here's the thing in this hobby, we really do need to keep the mom and pop shops around.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way to keep going with this.
I mean, online shopping is definitely the way the world's going in a grand scheme of things, and it's great and it's cool and it's awesome. I love ordering stuff from LCRC and it being delivered 2 days later, but it's not cool when we go to LCRC or whatever track and like that thing's not there that you need, and it might be that weird thing that it's Sparko or S-Works or Kyosho, and it's that one little part you never thought you'd break, and you do, and it doesn't make sense for those mom and pops to stock it because it might sit there for 3 years and be outdated by the time you need it.
That's why we started online, really, is that we knew if we were going to have all this inventory, our best bet is to have the largest amount of people be able to access that at any time. And that was going to help us better serve our customers that came for races. So if we got this stuff, and then like, for example, Losi back in the day, remember the 8? And then like they got rid of the 8, but we had all these parts on the wall. And I was like, you know what though? There's some cheap guy that doesn't want to get the new one that is looking for these parts to keep his 8 going. And I'm like, we should let him know we have it. And that just kind of like sparked the idea that like, let's get this out there to the world. At the time, we were thinking that eBay was the only option for that kind of thing. And, that wasn't really what we wanted to do. We wanted to still be able to have those same parts on the wall for if that cheap guy was the guy that was racing outside. And so, that's why we are the mom and pop shop that is online, because it was not easy to do that and take that inventory and have it be live like it is. There's so much work that goes into that, but I really felt like that was the best way we could serve our customers.
Yeah, the live in-person inventory and having it all listed online at the same time. That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And I know like I'll get on LCRC's website before I get on A-Main when I need something race specific, because like nothing against Tony, but with Tony's clientele, it's not so much on the racing side. Crawler, drifting, 1RC, he's got you covered on that boat. But if I need this specific techno part or this specific electronic or whatever for the racing gig on the A scale side, I'm going to LCRC because I know they're going to have it in stock, or there's a 99% chance at least. And I know it's going to be at my house within 2 days of me ordering it because I live close. And as soon as that thing prints off their printer at the shop, Bob's putting it on a box and shipping it out the door as quick as he can.
You betcha. Yeah, and like I really think you guys talk about this a lot on the podcast, and I'm glad because you're always telling people to pick the brand that their local hobby shop, covers. And that is so important that, like go and do the things. So like we know that when you're playing anything that ACS is doing, you're going there. And that's the thing is like your local hobby shop, you support that in the way that you can support that. And then by the way, if you need a mom and pop shop because you don't have a mom and pop shop that does 8 scale that's close to you, we can be that too. I have a guy he's North Carolina, right?
Oh, yes.
He is my Mugen buddy, okay? And he calls us and he orders almost every week. But he calls us and gets that mom and pop service and asks the questions and, hey, what should I do for setup and whatever? And we talk him through it, and then he places that order online. Jay Miller, like he's our custom works guy. And like these guys are my local guys, except they're not local. We talk to them every week. We'll walk them through an order. I pull it while they're on the phone. They ask me like, hey, now look in that package. Do you see an O-ring over on the one side? And like, yeah, I see it. Okay, cool. I didn't know if that pack came with the O-ring in it. Like we can just do that for the people that don't have that around,
Yeah.
Taylor?
So let's talk dirt.
Oh.
So, no,
What
other
kind-
type
what
of
ki-
dirt. The
what
real
kind of
dirt.
The real dirt. The gritty
Yep.
dirt. The dirty dirt.
Did you have any mentors or any people to ask questions when it came to dirt, what to do with it, how to get a groove to form, what you're doing with it overall, things like that in the very beginning? And then talk about your experiences with experimenting with it.
No, we did not. In the beginning, we had no mentors about dirt. We had a little bit of what do I want to call? We had some personal experience with
the
ATV
ATV, yeah.
motocross and dirt. but unknowingly, totally different situation.
Sure.
You thought, well, they're just smaller jumps and, whatever. But no, totally different.
You did have a transformative experience though with CRC, right?
Yeah.
Like the carpet
I'm-
CRC or
No. The
It's-
the Ohio. It's actually not CRCRC. It was Kurt from the Ohio RC factory that hosted that CRCRC
Okay.
race.
Mm.
And I do way too many CRCs in it, but I don't know where to start or stop. It's a bunch.
Yeah, I think it was just CRC. It wasn't CRCRC. It was just C. Anyway,
think
it
it was
doesn't
the
matter. So
water.
why don't you tell us what he told you, dear?
Well, he actually he used a lot of powdered laundry soap in the water or in the dirt.
And
like,
for the viewers and listeners that don't know about soap and water, what does soap and water do?
Well, if you use too much at one time, it makes a lot of suds.
It sure does.
It's hard to
breaking
water
it-
the track that way.
To not make a long story or a short story too long, I've done some chemical research and talked to a lot of people about this over the years, and there's exfactorants in the soap that actually hold the moisture, and it's a binding agent for the soil molecules, and of course it's laundry soap, so it's biodegradable and it's not corrosive, and all the things are like thumbs up.
Is all laundry soap created equal in that sense?
You're not going to get me to answer that incorrectly, because I'm sure there's a laundry soap out there that's some holy cow something. But I mean, all of the normal, household laundry soaps are all, pretty
Tide
straightforward.
or Downy or
Yeah.
standard big three.
We really try to stay away from the name brand stuff because it's very expensive.
Well, yeah,
You do
when
not
you're buying
realize
in
how
bulk,
much-
yeah.
Yeah, we really try to go for
There's the
some of the
sponsorship
cheapest
right
stuff.
there, sponsored by Tide.
You want the stuff
Well,
that says
listen,
laundry
we're-
detergent.
Exactly.
We're buying a skid of it at a time.
Right, yeah.
And
These are some of the hidden costs of RC racing that people don't understand.
For sure.
Like a skid of laundry soap is not cheap. It can
What are
range
these
anywhere
units
from
of measurement?
$900 to $1,400.
yeah, I remember the first skid of laundry soap we ever bought was like $600. And I was like,
Prices sure have gone up since then.
yeah. And now, I mean, we get one for under $1,000 every now and then, but most of the time, the skid of laundry soap's over $1,000.
Yeah, it's silly.
And I mean, depending on the weather, we can blow through that in 2 races, just in laundry soap. So
Anyway, back to the dirt. We have learned a lot over the years with dirt.
yeah,
The laundry soap would be the biggest thing that I think has really been beneficial and positive, is that has continued to be successful and work. People always ask us how much laundry detergent we put in. Kevin says until the color is right. So that's a very scientific
Fair
answer.
answer? No, I'll allow
Yeah.
it.
Well, what color is right then?
No.
Is it a color in the
Well-
water or the color in the dirt?
yeah, no, it's a color in the water, but
And you always add it after you have the water in the tank first and then add the laundry soap. Don't add the laundry soap first.
yeah, if you add the laundry soap while you're filling the tanks,
It's
you're
just
gonna
going to be
have a sudsy
bubbles,
mess.
yeah.
Do you know that from experience, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Bubble buddy.
Totally.
For 100%. 100%. We had it narrowed down. You and I just talked about this. Kind of felt like a similar situation.
Mhm.
It was 1 gallon per 100. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
So 1 gallon
Secret
of
recipe.
laundry soap per 100 gallons of water.
Yeah.
And that's a good base level.
Yeah.
And then you can build from there. Track conditions will change how much soap you add to it. So depending on the heat, the humidity, the amount of rain you've had.
Like for us, if we're soaking the track the night before and it's super dry and super warm and it's gonna suck up the moisture, you can really put the soap to it, because fast forward, the track gets to sleep on it for 6 to 8 hours, the suds will go away and you'll be mint by morning. But if you're doing hey, we scheduled in 8 minutes for a track break, and you got 3. Get her done. The too much soap is a problem because the suds don't go away,
Mm-hmm.
and the drivers they seemingly sort of freak out a little bit about the excessive amount of suds on the track surface.
Well, it
So does
creates an
burns.
illusion. It creates an illusion because it looks like, on the top deck, that's a puddle right there against the pipe. No, it's not
Yeah,
a puddle.
burns,
It's just Bubble Buddy there hanging out. Like, I'll send Burnsy up there to sweep it, but it's still gonna look like Bubble Buddy. But if you go out there right now, your car's gonna be more hooked than ever. Like,
The other biggest lesson that we've learned with the dirt, I would say, is that building a track when that dirt is really wet, like wetter than we want to deal with, is always going to be the best track surface
Yeah.
and best situations all the way through. There's something that happens when Mother Nature puts the water into it that you cannot replicate. There's no way to do it. So really having Mother Nature agree and having enough time when you're doing a track layout makes such a huge difference.
Yeah, it always sucks at the time, like dealing with the harsh conditions, building a layout, and God, you almost have to go to sawdust the equipment entrance to even get started tearing it up or getting back to work on it. And I just grovel and complain, and I'm miserable as hell the whole time. But I forget that if I just suffer through that, building it that way, then the race week is so much better. Where when it's an easy build, I mean, that's great. But then the race week is just dust bowl hell.
Well, and the track doesn't hold up as well together. There's it just really changes the way that the dirt knits together on the track surface.
Yeah, and then you go back to, oh yeah, I spent the first 3 races crying about sawdust in my socks at the race. And now all you want is to have it rain like hell, so you have to get the sawdust out and make the track good. Like you can't win. It's just a constant evolution of careful what you wish for, whatever. Anyway. Yeah. That answer your question?
Yes, very good. Thank you. So, Motorama
And also,
2026.
thank you for staying so positive and uplifting through this podcast. Really, like.
Me, yeah. I'm wearing out. If you can't
Oh
tell.
my gosh!
we're just getting
Anyway,
started. We
keep
still
going,
got
Taylor.
3 more hours to go.
Yeah, Taylor said the first of
Yeah.
our commercials just happened. So, you know.
Right.
Motorama 2026. You guys got any plans? Will you be there?
Never heard of it.
Okay.
I think that this year our intention would be to be product support from afar. So, obviously we're about an hour away from Motorama. So throughout the weekend, you can still get parts pickup from us. I've talked about getting a parking pass and doing delivery. Kevin does that eye roll thing every time I bring that up. But I just thought,
Burnsy
If-
going out as a shuttle every couple hours, just
well, so
delivering parts
Davey,
for
that's
Motorama.
really what I would love to dream of. The only problem is, have you ever parked over there where you got to get the parking pass for Motorama?
Well,
Like
yeah.
at a certain hour, they don't want to let you back there anymore.
Right, Marty gets
It
upset.
doesn't matter
when
if you
you
bought the parking pass or not.
If you're there at 3 a.m. and offer Marty coffee, he's still not happy. Davey and I learned that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just truly feel that it's become too much hubbub, and
No, I mean, here's the real deal, Mr. Grumpy Pants over there.
Yeah,
The real deal is that we vended at, or we provided vending. Is vended a word? We vended?
Sure.
I'll
You were
allow
a
it.
vendor.
Tonight it is.
I was a vendor. Thank you. That's better.
yeah,
I'll call
We
Mr.
were
Webster right now.
We were vending at Motorama in the past, and I will tell you, we sold a lot of stuff, and we helped a lot of people keep racing. It was a great deal. We really enjoyed it, although it was
I did enjoy it.
No,
it was
yeah.
it was a tremendous amount of work, especially bringing back everything so dusty and having to clean all the inventory before you put it away, packing up everything, keeping track of inventory, and then an added bonus that most people don't think about. We still have online orders going on.
Yep.
So if people are ordering, I've got to keep up with where that inventory is located and getting that pulled so I don't sell it in stock before I take care of a customer.
So did you
There's a
have
little
people at Motorama that night realize they need something, order it from you, and try and come get it from you under your tent in the morning.
Yeah, and then Davey, get
Mhm.
this. I ran home every night and packed up everything that people would get that wasn't under the tent and bring it back. I
Wow.
would bring carloads of stuff
That's
every single
gnarly.
day.
And sometimes more than once a day.
Yeah, there were days
Yeah.
that I had to
Yeah.
make that trip more than once, which is very difficult. Here's the gist in the end. We were all about it because it kept the racers happy, kept them racing. We felt like we were LCRC support. The
Yeah.
biggest compliment that we got was that we feel like we're at LCRC here because you guys are taking such great care of us. We loved that. But the amount of money that it costs now to vend there, it just does not justify going through the amount of work. I really want to be there to support the racers. I wish there was a way that we could do that without the overhead cost being so high before it even starts. And then I have to guarantee a certain amount of sale to justify.
Break even. Just to break even.
Yeah. That puts you in a stressful position before it even starts. So it's just really not in the cards right now. I would love to see something like that happen again in the future, but just without having a dedicated inventory that's ready to travel like some of the other great hobby shops have, it's just too difficult to pull it off this year.
Well, I'll say, I mean, I don't think we made this public yet on our side, but the Slowest Fast team will be present doing podcast things. None of us registered to race. You know, we're trying to save our bones for P&B, but we will be present doing podcast things. So I will offer myself up where if we work out something with Kevin and Christa, if someone needs something, they have it and you don't, I'll hop in my car and go get it. It's not that far away, so
I'll have my boxes and Mugen stuff there.
Yeah, I can bring all my techno things for anyone that needs that, and anything that we don't have. You can look online at LCRC if they have it in stock. Find one of us, we'll go get it. So I'll cut that out if it's not something we want to talk about, but
No. That
And hit the clicker back. We're back again.
no, we're totally cool with that. I just, it only makes me hesitant because I wish we could do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like I really did like the service we were able to provide with that.
I mean,
It's the
that
whole
one year
parking
you were
thing.
there was a nice little gig with the tent and all the stuff. Like,
but it
Oh, yeah.
like you guys said, it's a super
We
hard
did it
thing.
more than 1 year.
Yeah.
But the
I've only
last year we
remember
did
one
it, we
time,
did
but-
it all in.
Yeah.
Last year. The last year we did it was
Well, the last year
That was quite
I
the
think
deal.
that was the only time.
the
I
last year you
noticed
guys
it
did it.
was
You guys, I know, helped me out personally a lot, and we didn't even know each other then.
didn't even know who
exactly.
you were then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to buy a battery, right? Your battery
I bought
blew
a
up?
battery and I bought a set of pre-glues because Gavin told me, it's time to buy new tires and they were on the green and it's not the blues yet. So I had to buy new greens.
Right.
Anyways, but irregardless, but
One part of that,
Chris,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. No.
Are you still going?
You're-
The one part of that most people don't realize is that when we did Motorama, we were split between being LCRC and also the J Concepts distributor for them.
Representative distributor, yeah.
Yeah, so they would actually send their boxes of stuff, and then we were just selling what we sold for them.
Right.
And then, we would send them the money for the things that we sold and ship everything back for them. They would split half of that vending cost with us at that time.
Right.
So that's what made that possible. And then, unfortunately, the reason that changed with J Concepts, they changed tire over on the oval side. So J Concepts was always the spec tire, so they wanted to provide the utmost support that they could because of that being the tire you need to run there on the track. They've switched brands on that, so J Concepts isn't the spec tire anymore. So there was just really not the need to do that. And for us to justify the cost of the vending by ourselves, it was not going to be worthwhile.
Right.
And it went up on top of all that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah.
But like you guys said, it's, you can bring the tent and bring the stock, bring the trailer full of fucking, all sorts of tires and parts and motors and batteries, and, it looks fine and dandy from the consumer side. Like, oh yeah, they just brought their stuff. But now when you get back, you gotta take all this stock out that you sold, take it out of your inventory software. You gotta clean it up, like you said, because you're sitting there, it's getting dusty, and the whole time Bob's back home filling orders, and can't figure out where they're at. So it's just this
Right.
major headache, and it's all these extra overtime hours you're putting in. It's how much is your
More than
overtime hour
overtime,
worth? Yeah.
double over.
Yeah.
More than you can imagine. So the actual worrying about getting back home and fixing the inventory, my IT department, i.e. my beautiful wife that is way smarter than I am, the point of sale stuff we were using at Motorama was essentially no different than you being at the counter in the brick and mortar store.
Sure.
So when you came and bought the battery and the battery strap or whatever from the Motorama store site,
The inventory
was-
number would be the same. It'd
eh,
just come down.
yes.
Yeah, but you want to hear a funny story about it?
Let me say one more thing and then you can run with it. So you alluded to Bob being at home shipping orders. Well, okay. Not half the store. I'm going to say 20% of the store was at Motorama.
Right.
Well, if all of a sudden little Timmy from Albuquerque ordered that last set of Flashpoint pistons we had and they were at Motorama, whoever was at home getting those orders off the printer needed to be like, hey, I need this FP 183400 and I don't have it here, so you must have it. And I have to go pull it from the Motorama site and put it aside before we sell it there,
Mhm.
right?
When Christa finally comes back bringing stuff back.
Well,
she
oh
takes-
wait,
takes
and
it back.
then we have to get it back to the brick and mortar store so it can be shipped on time.
On a reasonable amount of time because we didn't want anything to be late. But this is the funniest thing. So Tech Girl got the way that the whole system works is it will print orders for anybody that orders for the orders that go through that are not on our IP address. Okay, so if it's an in-person order, it's on our IP address, so then it doesn't print that order off. Well, guess what? We were at Motorama, which was on a different IP address. So every single order that we did the entire time we were away printed off.
Was a double order.
It was crazy. The stack of all the orders that were sitting there. So then we had to go through every one of them and try to find what
Like,
was
I
an
remember
online
this
order.
one. I don't remember this one. Oh crap! Did we do this one?
Yeah.
We did this
Yeah.
one twice.
Crazy.
So
it was a lot of work.
Anyway, back to Taylor's question. Motorama 2026? No.
So in the future, yes or no answers. No.
So 2026 and going forward, do you guys have anything new and upcoming?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
We have some new
Oh
things.
my gosh, what is it?
Oval-
I do not know.
Oval track? Oval track? Oval track?
I have
Oval
no
tra-
idea. What is new?
You're really bad at that, Taylor.
Oh, and you are
so-
bad at keeping secrets, Krista.
Yeah, you are really
Clearly.
bad at that because you told all of us. Well, not all of us. Mike wasn't included, and I feel bad you didn't tell Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh, poor Mike.
You did the face.
So does Mike?
Poor Mike.
Yeah, let's
Does
all feel
Mike know
bad about
now?
that.
I didn't tell Mike.
I
Okay,
didn't tell
great.
Mike.
Listen, Mike, I have
I
a
didn't
big
tell him either.
announcement. Do you want to hear my big announcement?
I do.
Get really excited, Mike.
Thank you. So I'm really excited to announce that I've been inspired by you guys and that Kevin and I have started a podcast. It is called
Oh my
Married
gosh.
to RC. And at the airing of this podcast, it will be live on Apple iTunes and on Spotify. So we're basically doing a behind the scenes, like pull the curtain back, what it's like to start and build an RC track, what it's like to stay married and be working with your spouse and still like each other. And then like into the details of the business and, like basically imagine like a mixture of how I built this and I don't want to say marriage advice, but like RC stuff.
Yeah.
Hit the applause
Yeah,
button,
and
Mike.
It'll all make sense when you listen a couple
did you catch
episodes.
that somewhere in the middle of that? She actually said she still likes me. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I
well,
just want to
Yes.
make
everyone
just
has to
wanna
It is
lie
being
once
recorded.
in a while.
It's being recorded.
Which,
No, it's been a great experience. We talk about this all the time. Like we've been doing this for how long now? And it's not like, the husband had this dream of a track and started doing it, and then it started to become successful. So then the wife quit her job and came on board. Like, we started this together. You know, there would be no LCRC anything without both of us.
Yeah.
You know, from the conception to now. So,
Yeah, and we have differing things that make us good at what we do. And so like really one of the things we talk about in the podcast is if we tried to like imagine if we weren't married and like I owned the RC track and he was my employee, or if he owned the RC track and I was an employee, can you imagine like how many times the other person would have quit? Like luckily we're
I
married.
was thinking about more got fired.
Same thing.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
you know, luckily we're married and we respect each other because we push each other out of our boundaries so often. And, you know, we're asking a little bit more of the other person than we, you know, otherwise would be needing to do. If an employee came to me with like, hey, we're going to do all of this stuff, I'm like, no. Or, you know what I mean? Where it's like your husband brings this idea to you and you're like, okay, let's come to a compromise where we're both happy.
Yeah,
Right, because it affects, at the end of the day, everything affects both of you. It's not just an employee who goes home and he goes home and, you know, it only affects you as the owner. It's like, no, it's both of you because it affects both of you.
Absolutely, every part of it. And it affects our like not even just like financially, but emotionally too. You know, if we're having a good time doing the thing that we do for a living, our home life is more fun, you know.
Right,
So
right.
we really want to build something that is enjoyable and that we want to do for a living every day.
Yeah, and it's I mean, all of it. Like from I'm trying to think about not just the married part. You know, you and I married each other, married to RC because it's our life, and building the whole thing together, and you know, the parts you can do that I can't. The very few things I have left that I can do that you can't. But you know, basically, it comes down to if she really truly would hone in on her cat equipment operating skills, I would be rendered useless.
I think basically though, in the end, neither of us would want to do this without the other person.
No.
Like, you know, even though sometimes I have to give him the dirty look or the side eye or like, hey, remember how grateful we are to have this job and like that we get to do this. Him being glass half empty sometimes helps me be better at
Be
my
glass
job,
half
you
full,
know.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, we're
When one person
the
takes
yin
all
and
the
yang
negative
thing.
out, it's easy to be positive because it's like all the negative energy is already taken by that person. So what do you got left to do? It's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna look at this and see how we can do this better.
You're right, Davey. And like actually he makes me be better at being grateful because like when he's like doom and glooming it, I'm like that I don't even think about it. I immediately like, oh yeah, but do you remember this? And you can ask Toby, that is my personality. Like when Toby's the same way. If he's having a bad day and he's doom and glooming it, he is definitely not married to me. So when I start telling him, yeah, but look how grateful you are and like this is wonderful and like how lucky are we? And he's like, shut up. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. You know, it's a new long form type of conversation. Like we don't get the opportunity to do this kind of thing very often where we get to talk a lot longer about what we are into. Hump day is hard because you guys know what it's like with a live. You get so caught up in the comments and talking to your friends that sometimes you miss like the important things that you really want to talk about, or you just don't feel like you can like get to a deeper level of it. So I think that this podcast, especially since it's us in our basement,
Yeah.
you know, it just kind of like takes that barrier away and we really can just have
So the
some great
weekly
conversations.
drinks that you're supposed to have on Hump Day Happy Hour can now go to the, you know, the long form podcast.
No, I already yelled at him. He brought
no.
coffee to the first of all, we record him in the morning.
Yeah.
But he brought coffee and I was like, no drinks
He
on Married to
literally
RC.
wouldn't- This literally had coffee in it.
Not even Irish?
Nope.
No.
No. Straight.
Because he
morning
easily gets
coffee.
distracted and he's like not on the mic because he's over here drinking and he's, you know,
been doing
whatever.
all
Like you have
right
to
tonight.
stay
You've
focused.
been doing all right tonight.
So
Thanks, Davey. Thanks. You're still in trouble for the scoring thing, but thanks.
I do want to say that it was yesterday. I was working in my garage, and I was listening to the leaks you sent me, Krista, and I was extremely impressed with your intro more than anything. I'm very jealous of it. Might be rather. It was a killer intro. I was like, "This is the LCRC pod." I'm like, "This is amazing," you know. But no, I really had a lot of fun listening to it because, you know, after hours, when we're hanging around on Saturday night, you know, late Friday night or whatever.
Any of the nights,
Yeah,
pick one.
any of the nights, you know. We get a lot of stories from Kevin, sure, but Krista, you're never there to put in your end, so it's really awesome to hear your side of it and stuff like that. So
Thank you.
I really enjoy it. You know, I enjoy. I'm mad we only got about 45 minutes of pre-released information rather than the 6 hours we were told about. But
Yeah.
So how many you got in the holster there?
We have 3 that are going live at launch. So
Oh,
when
wow.
this goes live on Wednesday, 3 will be live on the internet. So it starts out with a trailer, which is only a couple minutes long. It's just like the introduction to let you know what to expect on this, and then 2 full episodes. Now, just like he said, our episodes are going to be like somewhere between 20 and 40 minutes usually. We're trying to cut them down and have them be long form, but not too long, because if I have it be just as long as we want, can you imagine how long Kevin will talk? It would be get completely out of control. So
And
we
how
got to
long have we
have
been
some
going now? So
limitations.
Yeah.
Don't you know they're already live?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay.
We
But
are.
this
We're live.
drops on Wednesday.
it's not Wednesday.
This drops on Wednesday, right?
Yes,
but
our episode drops on Wednesday.
I'm not announcing it to the
okay.
world
So
until that
unless
day.
somebody knows the name to look it up, yeah.
Yeah, and like who's gonna just like look up Married to RC?
Yeah.
Unless somebody leaks it. So if I have a bunch of people download it ahead of time, I'll know you guys leaked it.
Not me. Not me.
It would
You
be a
gotta
great
look at
problem to
your
have.
inner circle that leaks everything.
I know. Don't worry. Cody and I are gonna have a big old talk.
Oh dear.
So
isn't he
staying on
here? He
topic
could've
of
been
the
here. We could've had-
podcast, I got some other questions to help promote it. You mentioned Apple Podcasts. Is there anywhere else to listen to it, or are you only going to have it on Apple Podcasts?
well, if you would have listened,
Plan is to
Yeah.
we're
Spotify.
launching on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I also have intention to have video available. Excuse me. But I don't want the video to take away from the audio, so that might be something that we launch later. We're gonna use, you guys know, we'll have the clips, so we're recording the video regardless. But I'm nervous about overcommitting to the editing or the process to where it's too much and not something I can keep up. I really feel confident that we can keep up with the audio version of it and be able to go live, have meaningful conversations, be able to easily edit it to something that people can listen to on their way to work or on their way home. The video, if I release a video, I really want it to be the visuals that I wish I could give you if it was a video instead of audio. So for example, like when I'm talking about building the first ever LCRC, I want to be able to show you those pictures. So if I do put out videos with the podcast, it will be for basically the B-roll, you know, what the track looked like, or what, you know, these historic photos of us in ATV racing days or whatever. So that's the video aspect is something I want to add on to. It might not be for every episode. It might be just the ones that are most important. Also, when I do put the videos out, they will be shorter form than the audio version. So the audio version is going to be the only way you hear the whole story. So if you just want to watch a snippet of the video, you can do that. It's just, you know, the real diehards are going to listen to the whole thing on audio.
Well, the diehards are going to do both because the B-roll is going to be like some behind the scenes old school stuff you might have never gotten to see before, you know. Yeah.
It's true.
which Krista, if you ever want any help or anything, text me or fucking we can have a conference call about it. I learned a lot with the reels and everything, so if you ever need any help or want any advice, I'm not saying mine's the best, but I'd be glad to help.
Yeah, for sure.
And then as far as the hosting website, Podbean, we do get a couple viewers directly off of Podbean as well.
Yeah, and we're on
I listen
Podbean as well.
through Podbean. So I was
Cool.
trying to get you to mention all of them.
Podbean.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fail.
Yeah.
And Podbean. I'm also on Podbean.
Yep, there you go. How many episodes you guys plan on doing? How often? And is it only in the off season? You guys going to continue on through the racing season of 2026, or?
We are planning on doing at least one episode a week. I would like to pepper in some specialty episodes as well. So, for example, I want to do a girls talk episode where we talk to females that are involved in RC, whether they're married to RC or if they're, RC racers or in the RC hobby themselves. So, Girl Talk will be an additional, basically a bonus episode. And I'm looking for other bonus episodes too. So there might be a specialty interview or things like that. But the basic us talking married to RC will go live every Wednesday and will come out once a week.
Nice. So what's been the most difficult thing so far about doing podcasting besides keeping Kevin on track?
Keeping Kevin on track.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely.
1 and 1A.
Yeah, listen, I have the attention span of gnat. Like I just go rambling on and just let it all out.
I can't say that's the hardest thing. The other hard thing was we have been batching our episodes. So we're recording more than one all at the same time. We recorded 3 wonderful episodes the other day and I went to go edit them all this morning and my microphone did not work through the entire time. So it is total junk.
Yeah. Yeah.
All you can hear is Kevin, and let me just tell you that isn't the episode.
So Christa has to redub herself back in. Her part's in.
We're starting over. Honestly,
she has to listen to my long stories all over again.
I am I'm not even trying this. But
long story, short pause, long story, short pause.
Yeah.
I went from thinking I was 10 episodes ahead, that's part of the goal, is that we really want to have some meaningful talks right now while we're not under any stress from the race season. But I still want to pepper them out over time. There will obviously be ones that are live, that have to do with the events that are coming up. Or I'd really like to do race recaps where we talk about it from our perspective as the owner.
Without the comments.
Well, yeah, and not really talking about the racing, talking about the stuff that people don't think about,
Mary Darcy.
Yeah, the extra hurdles of, for example, you guys didn't realize this that while you were here, but Hobby Wing has been back ordered for 3 weeks, and we didn't have enough ESCs, so Kevin had to go get this ESC out of his own stock. That kind of stuff, things that happen that people don't know.
How many friends Kevin had to find people for?
Yeah. Yeah, the stuff that if you were starting an RC track or if you're interested in how an RC track runs, it would be the things and the stories that could help you know how to do your job better with that. Or just behind the scenes for my guys. Go ahead. Mike,
A good example of that is no, so you're good. You remember the Come Drive With Us that Perline did?
Yeah.
Fucking love that shit.
How Corey did the dirt ones. Where they had the behind the scenes with Joey and stuff like that.
Killer.
How the pump failed and all that jazz.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. That's stuff's interesting.
Yeah,
By
that's definitely
2027 there will be behind the scenes camera crew for LCRC.
I would love to honestly.
And then it'll be a reality show in 28 and then on TLC or something.
It's one of my dreams is to really RC does need the drama. I know that you guys talked about this with Lutz recently. RC does need the drama in order to go mainstream. And really, what's that F1 Netflix series?
Driven.
What's that called?
Drive.
Formula One, Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Drive
Whatever
to
the fuck
Survive.
it is.
Thank you, Mike. You win.
Fuck all of my answers.
I watch it. Yeah, I love that show. That show's awesome.
Just see yourself out, Alex. You're done.
But honestly, that's what RC would need is a behind the scenes like that. And I would love to get to the place of, highlighting our racers and following that kind of stuff. Obviously right now that's not even possible, but it might be a pipe dream, but I love still dreaming big about that stuff. And even though that's something that like way down the pike, if it ever could be possible, I like thinking about in that terms of like highlighting each racer, whether they're a Joe or not, when they come to LCRC. It's
Yes.
partly why we do the points series, like putting the spotlight on that racer.
Well, you already started that with your little with the shorts,
reels,
with the
yeah.
point leaders.
Yeah, that was a great
Yeah.
idea, Krista.
Thanks, Taylor.
No, it was killer. And like Krista, you and I obviously share that method where like, you know, we understand it's so far fetched to have RCB on ESPN Top 10, but it's so cool to think about and try to make it there, you know. But
Yeah, if you don't have something you're aiming for, you know, like you've got to dream big. You've got to
Yep.
you've got to dreamcast this stuff.
I got 2 other short questions. I'll let you guys jump in before I get into a couple more long-term ones. So
Okay.
what else is going to be new in 2026 for you guys?
Can't tell you.
okay. Good night.
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
We have I would say 2 things that are still in the works that are just too premature. We can't really tell you about because one of the main things that we do is we do what we say and we say what we do. And I don't want to tell you something until I'm 100% sure that it could happen. Also, you're horrible at keeping secrets. So there's that.
Yeah, but just to ease your pain a little bit, I will tell you that her first reasoning is definitely the driving force of not saying.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't want to put anything out there until I'm 100% sure it's something we can follow through with.
No, we don't. Yeah, we like to do what we say. So
Say what we do.
for sure.
Next.
We can
Next.
cut this out if it's not public, but any class changes in 2026?
Forward drive short course. Kidding.
So what would happen if you made a 50+ class, but then eliminated the 40+ class?
Well,
No.
that's a
just
terrible
stop.
I'm
idea.
4 years away, Davey, so
Right now, stop right now. We are not talking about age classes. You can just knock it off.
Kevin,
I-
move
when
on.
I'm
Well, that's
bringing it
why I
up.
said is if you eliminate the other one, don't have 2. That would be silly. But if you already have 1, just replace it
Well,
with.
I
a
know,
different
but then the guy that just turned 40 is going to come unhinged on you because he waited the last 4.5 years of RC so he could race 40+, and now it's gone.
Okay, now here's the Christy answer. Davey, thank you so much for that suggestion. I will definitely take that into consideration in the future.
The answer is still no.
That was the most politically correct
This is
way to
dig
say
the gag, people.
no.
So, cut. No, I think we've agreed that 2026 we're gonna introduce intermediate e-truggy.
Nobody told me this.
This isn't.
Oh,
This has
I've
been
been told this.
this has been an ongoing discussion for months.
Taylor knows all the things.
That's what I was leading this question into of like
Yeah.
you guys to announce intermediate e-trucky.
Yeah, that's gonna be the only real change.
Surprise.
Right.
Now,
Surprise.
act shock.
You knew that.
Where's the shock value?
What are our average entries in e-truggy?
60.
The last one was like 60.
Yeah, it's usually about
it's
60,
the
high
highest
50s, low
entry
60s.
class.
It's
No,
not the highest
second
entry class.
highest.
The intermediate e-buggy is our...
Thank you, Krista.
Am I wrong, Alex?
Nope. Intermediate e-buggy's
No,
highest. E-truggy is second highest, though.
Well, I know at some point in 2025, e-truggy was the highest entry count.
No.
A couple races.
some
yeah.
point.
Nope, incorrect.
Oh.
Thank you.
Intermediate
once.
e-buggy, every race was the highest. E-truggy was
I
always
can't wait
second
to go
highest,
back
though.
and prove you wrong.
Well, prove me
Okay.
wrong. Yeah. You don't even know how to operate
I
a
thought
computer.
there were
Area.
like 2
Mr.
races where
50-year-old.
we got live time. We can do it.
Yeah. Live RC.
Anyway, I think the biggest driving force behind creating the new class for intermediate e-truggy is really our
Novice.
novice entries moving forward. And a lot of them are super hesitant because they have e-truggy running a novice and they don't want to go jump into the big boy class.
Yeah,
And
I support that.
if we had an intermediate e-truggy, we now basically have, I mean, let's be honest, novice people, every great once in a while we get a nitro buggy, but it's e-cars,
Very
right?
rarely.
So we have intermediate e-buggy and intermediate e-truggy, and we have intermediate nitro buggy. So
There's really a lot of places.
Yeah.
I like that. And then I guess the other thing we should say to answer that, the class changes, is novice is really changing next year.
Yes.
So novice is really going to be for beginners. And at any point we can boot you out. That's not that, like, middle of the race, we can be like, hey, this is it. You got to move on.
Yeah.
Because novice is not going to be a points series class anymore. And we're going to just have that be something where really our newbie people that are struggling to get around the track, that's the class for them.
Yeah.
And intermediate's going to become the new novice.
And I still want to have a good off the record conversation with the both of you about intermediate, about making intermediate more intermediate based. And I know we talked about it slightly, but that's
definitely something we have to keep going on, because really keeping people in the right classes, it makes, like all the stuff that we've talked about on this whole podcast about making people have a good weekend. If they feel slighted because somebody's sandbagging, like, that's the thing that ruins their weekend.
Yeah, and I don't care. Like, I know we talk about like trophy chasers and sandbaggers and this and that and the other, but everyone that goes to an RC race at least spent $1,000 at some point in their life on whether it's if you buy a car, a charger, a radio, no matter how you do it, you're $1,000 deep, and so it's nice to come back with a $4 plaque, to prove it was not for nothing. So
yeah, especially if you had a really good weekend that was everything you hoped for.
Yeah. And
sorry, give us 1 second. Kevin's got a.
You're good.
Just go upstairs and check and make sure the stove's off. That's what I'm worried about. Is that the
dinner and warming in the oven is now getting dry.
The turkey's been. It's like the Christmas from.
He didn't turn it down to keep it warm. He left it on the cook temperature, so now it's been at 375.
No.
It's the turkey from Christmas Vacation. When they poke into it, it just flattens.
You
Johnny's
let Kevin
here.
touch the new stove already?
No, Johnny's here and using the new stove. And it's off her.
Johnny's on fire.
No, earlier so I have this new stove. It's really nice, right? It's like
Is it
a
Bluetooth?
commercial stove.
Oh, I've seen
No,
it. And
it's
I feel
commercial.
like you have to go out to the gas main, crank a couple valves just to be able to get enough gas flow in that big thing.
100%. It's like real deal. But anyway, he like turned on the oven earlier, but he never checked to make sure it was lit, and it was like the oven was on for 15 minutes and it was never lit.
Gassing. Oh.
So we just had like a little whiff of something that smelled
No
like gas,
smoking.
and we were like, go make sure that he's not gonna blow us up.
Good thing you're not a smoking house.
No. Anyway, sorry about that, guys.
Taylor, you're back up.
Next.
No, I was actually going to let you guys take up a little bit of airtime before I finish out with a couple other long-winded questions.
Mike, you want to take one?
So, yeah. So, Kevin and Christa, both for you. The first one's a two-parter. The question is, do you have a most memorable race that you have hosted and attended, I should say, when it comes to RC?
I'll answer first. The most memorable race that we hosted for me would be the 2012 Fuel Nats. First time ever having a race of that caliber. It was completely overwhelming. We were not ready for it. But there was this moment during the Nitro Buggy A Main, which was like the best racing. Like, go look up the videos if you haven't watched it. It was like so competitive and it was amazing. But Kevin and I found a bucket and we were sitting next to the driver's stand right there by pit road underneath the steps. And after such a long weekend of, like, we worked 18 to 20 hours a day and we were exhausted and overwhelmed, but we had that moment where we like connected, and it was Sunday and it was the last race, and both had tears in our eyes and just like, we did it and we're gonna be okay, and like
We lived.
we've survived. So that moment is the most memorable for me. It was just like this. I guess it's like always what I look back on when we have those hard weekends now is like, despite it all, the fact that we get to share this experience together, like, even on the hard weekends where we don't even get to really talk or we don't whatever, like in the end, we get to have this shared experience that nobody else will understand the way that we understand. So
Yeah.
that's my moment, my
And
memorable
maybe they
moment.
will a little bit when you have your podcast.
You never know. Um. Wow. So, man, I have quite a few. Obviously, 2012 was a big deal, and still my favorite. One of my favorite overhead aerial shots is from 2012 with the 2 circus tents, and
That video that
it all condensed into this little tiny space,
Mhm.
you know. And then Derek's video, A-Main had a videographer there, and Derek Threat shot a beautiful video over the course of the week, which is still super popular on YouTube. But yeah, that was big. Mugen Challenge 2019 was big. Honestly, anymore, I just feel like all of them are big. Like it. They're all good. They're all big. They're all like they all have good memories, and there's always something going on that makes it memorable. It's a good vibe.
How about races you've attended? Most memorable race you've attended? I know the answer for you.
Yeah, you
Rock
do.
Ridge.
You can.
Or whatever. Blue Ridge.
You're really bad at names, Alex.
Whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it
Ridge,
is.
but we'll
that-
think that he went to Rock Ridge, but
It
we'll
would've-
know that he didn't go to
It would have been the last Blue Ridge National ever held when our whole local group had the conference room as a pit area, and yeah, that was awesome.
Blue Ridge Nationals.
Blue Ridge Nationals.
They'll know it's
What
the
ki-
fake
what kind of-
Rock Ridge.
What kind of race is that, Kevin?
8 scale
Like 8 scale? Okay.
indoor.
Okay.
Stay tuned to the
Scale
upcoming
attitude.
podcast to hear all the details, Mike.
And my favorite race I ever attended would be ATV motocross race. I haven't done many RC races outside of LCRC, so I can't really say that I have an RC race that is my most memorable race.
You
But
should give it a try.
You aren't invited to go west with Kevin and Cody.
not really. No.
At first, it was going to be her and I going, and then she
school
decided
thing.
that she'd stay home and I should take Cody.
Well, didn't you guys both go last year together?
We did, but we
Yeah.
did not go RCing. We just
Okay.
went to go visit friends and things from like the old ATV days and then some RC friends and stuff. But
Yeah.
it was not a race. And he is right. I'm sure I was invited. I think as soon as I said, no, you don't want to go RC racing with me. Take one of your friends. He was like, yes.
It wasn't exactly like that, but yeah, it was close.
I really,
Last year when we went, I did ship a car out and go drive with Adam and Rhonda for an evening, but it was just hanging out at Paris, and
yeah. it
we
was
were
pretty
we were
memorable.
there drove for a couple hours and left. It was
He and I really would like to go on a tour and go to all the big races, and we learn so much every time that we go to any kind of like
2026
destination that's a
VA state champ.
hospitality market. So I would like to really go. The only problem, like we have an 8-year-old kid, so
Yeah.
school's busy and things, and like I feel like right now I still have to be mom first, and then the business
Yeah,
travel is
yeah,
nice.
all kinds of animals at the farm, and
That whole life
Again,
thing's a
mom
real
first.
bugger on racing.
well, yeah, you
Can
can
be.
say that. Next.
So, yeah. So you said your most memorable stuff, right? And we know that LCRC has hosted Fuel Nats, ENATs. Is Worlds ever been talked about?
Yes, it has been talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several
Is there-
times actually.
is-
We've had some of our industry mentors come to us and say, "Hey, World's bids are about due. You guys should really think about it."
Yeah.
And I I'm not speaking for the both of us, but I really thought about it for like, yeah, nope, already done thinking about it. Can't. It's not. I
Camp's
Like,
not
love
in our
to.
Take in math and
vocabulary.
multiply it by how many?
Well,
We really just don't know enough about worlds to really make a informed decision. But the things that we've heard so far just don't really play into what's best for our racers and our community. So, like, don't want to host that at the expense of what we've already built and what we're already doing well.
Yeah.
So, like if it's a sacrifice of the LCRC schedule and the LCRC thing that we're really working on and building right now just to do worlds, I would just say, like, what's our reason for that? We really need to be focused on what's most important for us. And there's not been anything about worlds that would be more important than focusing on what we're doing right now. Also, like, have you seen those worlds tracks? They're like so badass looking. Like, I
Yeah.
would feel like we needed to get AstroTurf and like all kinds of crazy stuff to compete with that. So that's another expenditure and whatever to try to compete with the Joneses. And like, is that really what's best for our racers?
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Completely right.
Thanks.
And I do. I off the record, we'll talk about this because I have a thing. Davey has something.
I
Yes,
mean,
Davey.
for the
You're up.
sake of saying stupid things, like, would it make a difference? I mean, like everybody else knows, LCRC has an A scale place, but would it make a difference? Is there different protocols, different things? Would it be? I don't want to use the term easier, but like, how much more different would it make? If you did, not exactly 8th scale worlds.
Oh, you're talking like 10 scale worlds or something?
Yeah.
It's still the same bonding and
Same protocol.
the well,
We don't really
yes.
know, though. We know a little bit.
Well, I'm only going to say I know because it's the same sanctioning bodies. So the same financial barriers would be there. And the next thing to Davey's idea, well, okay, so if that was a little easier to do on the IFMAR side, our hobby shop and facility are not geared toward 10 scale.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
So
We really
we're shooting
count on
ourselves
our
in the foot.
sales to support this.
Yeah.
One of the things that is really important to LCRC is that we have this awesome captive audience for 4 days. So getting them to come in the hobby shop, well, it's the closest hobby shop around. So they're going to come in and visit the hobby shop.
Guaranteed sales.
And then
Yeah,
worlds
only
is
if I
along.
have the stuff. Because, like, you have to have the thing that guy wants to buy, right? So that's why we can
Of course.
confidently build up our inventory, is because we know we have a captive audience coming 7 times a year. So we can do that confidently without, like, the fear of what if we never make another online sale again.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee in any of this. It's all still a,
For sure.
And it's tough with the world's talk because, as I know, Kevin and I, at least, or Kevin, I was around when Kevin talked about it off camera, when it's like, hypothetically, LCRC does the worlds, cool, but all the Joe Schmoes, the big shoes are all, the sponsored cats, so like they aren't walking into the hobby shop to buy their 4th set of green reflexes for the weekend because either they brought them with them or had them shipped out there, or the JC trailer
Yeah, all
is
the
throwing them at 'em.
manufacturers of everything is there anyway.
So because at the worlds it's all the guys that are doing this for a living or mostly doing it for a living, so it doesn't leave room for the mom and pops to get any sort of piece of the pie, and then let alone all the money the mom and pop has to put in to provide the facility to do
And
the
it's a longer
worlds.
event too, right?
It's a week.
Then and that's
It's all week.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot.
So well, I don't know. We'll water down Uncle Mike's question and say the next obvious question, like, a Nats again, one of them.
The Nats is now all week. Yeah.
I would say that right now Nats would not be on the table for us.
I would, of course, under any normal circumstances, never argue nor disagree with my wife. This one being an exceptional to the rule of I am not going to, because I think they're so I don't want to talk ill. I'm going to say they're so uncertain of their own program right now with the combined electric and fuel and the schedule and the dates and the we're just
Let
gonna
them figure it out for a little bit
more,
before
yeah, we're
you.
gonna watch. We're gonna watch for a
Yeah.
little bit. I'm not.
You think a lot of tracks are doing that? There goes my camera again. Okay.
Where's my mouse?
I don't.
Where's
I
my
don't
camera?
know. I don't know. We don't.
It's really difficult for us because we run our own program pretty well at this point.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to hand over some of that control to any sanctioning body, whether it would be Roar or anybody else, and give them dictation rights that could completely interfere with the track service. It could interfere with
Yep.
the everything about the event that makes the events at LCRC successful. When somebody else
But-
walks in and tells you when to water or when you're allowed to take breaks or any of those things, or hey, we're going to enforce this rule this way, that is not best for my customers.
So I
That's
have
not going
I
to
have a
guarantee them.
question though for that. Like if you're saying about changing things changing that might affect how you do your program, but and that's like from the viewpoint of not from the viewpoint of the customer, but you're talking about, let's say, a customer going to this event and it's like, hey, this isn't like an LCRC event, but also to, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, shouldn't that kind of customer already kind of know, hey, you're signing up for a Roar event, not an LCRC event? Like,
We've done
like I understand what
Nats
you're
4
saying, but at
times.
the same time,
Yeah.
shouldn't the person attending know that
Two and
LCRC is kind of not in charge? So it
Well-
shouldn't really you shouldn't really be like looking bad on LCRC running a bad event if it's not LCRC running the event.
You should be right, except for ENATS when we held it. Kevin, you'll explain this better than I will.
My camera happened to back.
So
Okay, you have to.
well, I'm trying to think it through for a second, so the story's not too long. When you host a Roar event, they
Damn
send
it, Tony,
their
the cameras.
they
getting too
send
hot.
RMT, which is their race management team. And it's usually the RMT lead who really doesn't have a specific task throughout the weekend other than they're like basically they're the race director, the end all judge, jury, and executioner deal. They do the refereeing on the driver's stand for the most part. They usually send one or two tech guys, and then they'll send an actual announcer. So there's usually 4 of them.
At least.
Minimal, usually 4 of them. And I have a lot of experience with this because we've not only hosted them, 3 times for this, but we've hosted them here, and then I've also gone to work for them several times doing this, different jobs. So in 2012, we were really green. We didn't know. We did everything they said.
It's because 2012 was Fuel Nats.
We learned a lot.
Yep.
And then we had ENATS in 2013 right away, and they sent a skeleton crew, right? We had
One guy.
Yeah, in 13. No, in 13 they sent a couple guys, right? It was 15 that they didn't send anybody.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. So in 13 there was a skeleton crew. In 15 we
We
ran the entire event ourselves.
We just did it ourselves.
They did not send us anybody.
Wh-
And they were like, "Okay, we'll like pay money for you to hire your own people and do it your own way."
Yeah, because it at that point it was unheard of for Aurora to not send RMT or to.
But
you know.
also look back at our ENATS entries.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
It's
Did your phone just go
contagious.
dead?
Oh man, technical difficulty.
Does that mean my other camera came back on? Wait. No. No. God damn it.
Yeah. So they can't hear us or anything.
We can hear
I
you.
can hear
Oh,
you.
we can hear you.
Oh, well,
we can hear
good. Good. Aren't you? You're just tired of looking at us anyway.
That's right.
What's the matter?
This is
So
now turned to
anyway-
the listening part of the podcast.
Yeah, well, I can't see you either, Davey. So
Well, I
just,
can't see you
know,
either. Ain't I?
Just because whatever. anyway, we ran the race ourselves, and it was fine. Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, it was better, and but the right one is here somewhere. Yep, there you go. It's just not plugged into your computer. You got to get that plugged into the computer then.
What makes that kind of
Alrighty
funny,
then.
Kevin, about 2015 was that
Yep.
that was the first nationals I've ever attended. Was that one?
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Lonzo dragged me along.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Pretty wild. We we've talked about doing others. Do you want me to go get a sub-seed USB cord?
Do you have one?
Yeah, probably.
I'm
That
sure
will solve
Tony's
our
got like
color
half a
problem.
dozen in these frickin' drawers he's got here, but that ain't gonna help nothing here.
Entertain the people.
Can I
They
take
have,
a
I-
Do you
bathroom
guys want me
break?
to keep talking about this, or do you want to just take a break and come back?
Can I take a bathroom break, please?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, we'll just take 5.
See, like Taylor said, the first of our commercials. So now here's another
Yeah,
one.
we don't have a second one, but here's a break.
Okay, hey, we're
Hey,
back.
hey.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
welcome.
Hey.
Okay, so another thing I wanted to ask you guys is there. I mean, you may not even have one, but is there a bucket list race that you would either want to attend at this point, or even take on and host at LCRC? To at least do it once and then never do it again.
Worlds.
We're not real good at doing it once and never doing it again. I mean,
There's nothing
I
against
have a
doing it
bucket-
multiple years or whatever, but
I have a bucket list of someday hosting an event that's like in a arena. Like
oh yeah, like doing hosting indoor.
yeah, like we've talked many times
Ooh.
about doing like Blue
like
Ridge Nationals. Like
I
we
like
would love to have a flagship event like that.
Ooh.
But it's so hard because like the thing that we're good at has so much to do with our facility.
Yeah.
So like
True,
every time we'll
true.
be like, "Oh, we should do that." But then we're like, "Yeah, but then you don't have all this." Like so but we've talked about that for years.
We have. There's a lot of logistical issues there. Like we're not really a traveling band.
Yeah.
We like to play at home.
It's funny you say that, but yet Mugen Challenge West.
Maybe.
Oh, what's?
What?
Oh, go on. Go
What?
on.
What?
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 You said a thing.
Oh, wait,
You said a
I'm doing it.
thing.
Yeah.
What?
said a
It's not a
thing.
thing yet.
Anything
It's not a
edited
thing.
out or
Go
no?
on. You leak something there. Do you
slick
have more
ships.
licks?
Who
Damn
can't
it.
keep secrets now,
Wrong
Christa?
one. Fuck. There we go. Got it.
so I guess to
No, Mike. No. Well,
Ah,
come on.
What?
Come on. Come on. Are you gonna give any more about that thing you just said, or?
Is that what the next week's trip is about? Some reconnaissance.
It's reconnaissance, but yes.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
what?
See, got him,
What?
got him
What
straight.
is the grand scheme of the reconnaissance?
So anyway, what was the next question?
Oh, okay. That's how.
What
fair
about
enough.
like you have 7 events a year?
Wait, Davey.
Correct.
Mike wasn't
What?
done yet.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
So the staying at home thing, right? Staying at your track. Is there potential or thought of eliminating every race to make a new one, a new specialized event that would happen once a year?
Which race would
Kinda
you
like-
eliminate?
I would either the Party Rock.
So, okay, I'm gonna be rude and
Maybe
butt
the-
in here because this is sort of half of my question. Like, what about
Okay.
if you have your 7 races a year? What about you still have all you still have 7 events a year, but like you have all your events in a backlog. Just maybe like 1 or 2 of them
rotate it with a different event, like say Michael was saying the Party Rock race, or one of the maybe more one of the earlier ones, because obviously the Halloween is extra special for you guys, Cancer Race and Mugen Challenge. Like obviously those are gonna stay the whole time, and maybe you wouldn't alter or do much with the opener, but those two in between the opener and Mugen Challenge maybe rotate in out of a backlog of type of events a different kind of event. Did I am I making sense
that's
here?
good.
Like, does this go with Uncle Mike's question, or did I just
I
completely?
think so. I think
And
so.
to answer your question, Christa, I'm looking at the schedule of just the named races, and looking at it, the Party Rock race seems the one that is just it's a neutral named race. So
Mhm. Taylor, do you agree?
Oh,
Which
that's
race
right.
would
Because
you?
Protect Super
can?
Cup, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Uncle Mike's right.
So I've thought about similar things when a yearish ago, uh, they were taking on worlds and things like that. And I was like, if you guys were going to do worlds, what would be the most prime event to take out if it was up to you guys when to put the date? And I know how the 7 events are, you know, I won't say sacred, but you don't really want to take away one race. And then I thought about the ideas of adding in a race in between the current 7 races. And I thought about, nope, that doesn't even seem physically possible if you think about
Yeah, adding
the
one sounds
work,
like it would hurt.
adding in weather, track layouts, changes.
Sanity.
Yep. And
sanity.
other things like that. I've seen
Force.
I see how hard it is to do the 7, and I don't even know everything that goes into all the races on the back end, but I understand some more than others, perhaps, and I don't think you're going to add in another race and have it still go on as well as all the other races.
The one event that we've talked about in the past, if we were ever going to scrap one, was Party Rock. Kevin doesn't like Party Rock, I don't think.
There were times throughout the years, different things, but no, listen, I actually wanted to contribute to the conversation when Davey was going on about it. If you take stock of all of the named races we've ever had, we have put some of them on hold and then brought them back.
Yeah.
Party Rock is a prime example, because in all the Nat years, June and July are national months. So, Party Rock's always been in June or July. So Party Rock has come and gone over the years. It has survived.
Northeast
Replace the
Showdown has
several
taken
hiatus.
breaks.
Yeah. Northeast Showdown. The Protect Super Cup
It's special now.
Well, yeah, it's new
Yeah.
and it's very special. Not just like it's not the kind of special that the twinkle in my wife's eye just gave me, but it's special. Like it's an
administrative nightmare.
No,
But it's so good and it's
we
different.
resolved
that
that.
problem.
Trust me, you'll be just almost as angry with me when you see.
No,
how
I'm
easy it'll
already
be in
angry with you.
26.
But when you sent me the video, I was already angry.
So,
Sorry, Alex.
in the relationship with Protec and Amain and the support and all the things, that event is special.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I was going with that part.
Yeah, that
It
was
got
a
me
great
excited
story.
there for a minute.
Yeah. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. There is definitely room for us to interchange out for different events. We've done it in the past. And that's where like those type events we would scrap for a Natch year or whatever. I just really like the Protec thing, but I like the Protec thing being just the Protec thing. Like I don't think we need to adopt that into another event as well.
Or
I
it would be
love-
like another different
sure
kind of format.
But yeah,
Like
no,
maybe-
I would be interested in swapping out like a party rock for another different format. Yeah, that would interest
something
me.
else new.
Yeah.
Or
Not-
yeah, like what
not-
if it was just all kind of like a nitro buggy thing? What if it was like a capped race? What if it was like, I don't know. I guess the
One
possibilities
of the
are
things I've been
endless
trying for
in a way.
years unsuccessfully is I really want to host a race where term marshals, you don't have to term marshal, that there's paid term marshals as part of the
Yeah,
event.
yeah. So
So
like a
that all you have
capped
to do is
race,
come and race.
2 classes, a little bit chunky of an entry fee, but that's because it's covering, marshals
fees.
and maybe not a banquet, but maybe something. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know.
calm down, Davey.
I'm just not
Banquet? Come on.
just
How about like
ideas.
marshals?
Start with the marshals.
Throw in some
Uh,
paid dancers and a couple other things. And yeah,
Ooh.
Come on,
we got
guys.
it.
Wow. I
And a
only
very
expect that out of you,
specific
Taylor.
poll.
Wow.
Taking a whole turn.
Fireman's pole outside of the booth so you can come out and slide down it.
I've always, back in ATV motocross, they had flaggers, and those flaggers traveled to the entire national circuit. Not all of them, but there were select flaggers that were trained to do their job, and they would travel from one event to the other. And you hoped that if you took a bad tumble, that they were the ones there because they could save your life, by getting a flag out there in time and paying attention and whatever. I've always thought the same thing with a marshal. If we had a really good marshal that was paid, and we've actually
BWJ,
about
yep.
12 times.
but we've talked about it. If you could get like a whole, let's say that you have 12 cones and you have 20 some people. And so you're rotating them all the time to keep them fresh. So at every race, they switch to the next cone or whatever, just to like have them be moving and fresh and watching and whatever. Like, well, how much would you pay for an entry that you didn't have to marshal? All you had to do was go race. You wouldn't have to limit how many classes you raced because you wouldn't have to worry about being back to back per se.
Or
and-
race marshal race, because
We just need 13 BWJs.
When you
Right.
started
that's
that
the hard thing. At that
conversation,
point, you could have
and
a
you
good
were saying
baseball team, too, I'm
flaggers,
sure.
I thought you meant the girls that are only wearing a bikini that have the flag and wave it to start. That's where I was going. I was like, oh yeah, we'd pay for that.
No. I don't know how they would do as tour marshals though, Taylor. We
maybe
could
if
get
you
those
give them better
girls.
shoes. But
A little
They're
bit
like,
more of a distraction.
Hey, come on down and get your own damn car. I'm too, like, no.
it'd be a competition who can wreck the most by that one. I like her.
Oh my god.
Anywho.
It's like the
If you-
slow
if you-
motion Pamela Anderson, like running down Baywatch scene.
You're running to get your car, yeah.
Make sure you blow off the side on the right hand side of the track so that when she goes to get your car, bends over. Ooh.
Anyways, I got one more question from
And cut.
One more?
Just
one more?
I have one more myself. Let's see here. So, with obviously I mean I again, I don't have the statistics in front of me. This is off of some ignorance, but I'm fairly certain that LCRC hit a record yearly number of entries this past season.
100%.
And whatever we want to blame the trend on, whether the hobby's growing, people are realizing how cool racing toy cars is, people are realizing how cool LCRC is, whatever we want to blame it on. With the rising entry counts LCRC is seeing, and the trending of having to do 2 quals to fit a proper qualifier day and proper main day in through the weekend, do you see either of you see LCRC doing any sort of 1 qual on Friday evening or something of the sorts if the trend keeps growing with the entry numbers? Like, I'm not saying whatever you say now is going to be the gospel and for people to expect that, but I mean, is it like on your radar?
We've talked about this. We've talked mostly about having like a seeding round of practice, so that we could seed on Friday and then get right into heats where people are with people of their same caliber.
So, next sentence after what she just said, I'm on board. But in order to be able to do that, you have to have pre-entries, and I think we're still pretty agreed that there'll be no pre-entries until we have a 500 entry plus race.
So pre-entries present a couple business problems for us. Number one, people sign up online and they don't check their transponder numbers. They just put 99999 in, So that can be cumbersome when they sign up. Then there's always the problem of refunds. So they signed up, but now they can't come. How do you handle a refund? We have like customer service policy where we're giving it back all the time, but that could really hurt business wise if all of a sudden the weather's changing and then people want refunds, but then never mind, they don't want refunds. That's a really cumbersome project. It would be easier if we said no refunds after so many days, but how do we do that to our loyal customers? We can't do that.
Yeah.
So there's so many reasons to stay away from pre-entry. The other thing is the credit card fees. If you're doing pre-entry, PayPal has some of the highest fees as a business receiving, and that's one of your ways. Credit card fees are ridiculous, and no matter how you do it, you're going to have to pay extra off the top. So now we're talking about increasing entry fees to cover that with all the extra book work. Pre-entry is really hard. So that is the one thing that has really limited us to doing things on Friday. The other thing that limits us on Friday, I tell people, because all the time people are like, I can't come to your multi-day event. You have 4 days. Like, who can go racing for 4 days? And by the way, lots of people can. But I've always been able to tell racers, you can just come Saturday and Sunday and really still have a wonderful event, right? Like, you can come Saturday morning, get a lot of practice, be able to race on Saturday, and not miss a darn thing.
It's very true.
And so if we do anything on Friday, that sales pitch is gone. And I for the people that have to work for a living, and like, listen, that is our ideal customer, is the person that has to work Monday through Friday. I don't want them to not be able to come because I'm putting things on Friday, not thinking about their work schedule. So that's a hard one for me. We would really have to be the place of needing to do something different to do that for my side of things.
And it also would then negate the pit party on Friday night.
Yep.
Because you can't, if you want to force them, then this goes back on most of what she just said, but if you want to force them to have some official form of qualifying on Friday evening, say that even if it was just a seeding round, or if it was qualifier 1, started at 5 on Friday and went till
9:30. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, where'd your pit party go?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's done. That's done.
Eliminated.
And being one of the original naysayers to the pit party deal, I got to tell you now, I really think that the hard lines of the track closes at 8 on Thursday and the track closes at 6:59 on Friday, and we are done as close to 10 or before on Saturday as we can, and we're always sending you home before 5 on Sunday. Like, those hard lines in the clock sand, I really truly believe in my soul that is some of the secret sauce to our success.
I agree.
I'll take that to the grave. And I'm only responsible for bits of it. She's played a huge part in dictating that, like, we really need to, we need to shut the track down, and we need to do this and give them a break and make, force them to
Enjoy themselves.
Just let your foot off the gas. You don't have to pump the brakes. If you want to sit in the pits and play with your toy car till 2 a.m, you can. But the guy that doesn't want to, that is only doing it because his inner RC guilt is forcing him, he's now like, oh, well, the track's closed, and I'm tired of toy cars for the day. I'm gonna go hang out with my buddies and tell stories and get some Olivia's French fries and hang out.
The funny part is we actually do a podcast when we talk about this on Married to RC, and it's things that we did that people laughed at us about until it worked. And, like, we got a lot of gruff about closing practice down early and, like, not just giving them as much run time as possible. But I really find that it is so important into how people feel when they leave the event. And that is just the most important thing. I don't care how they do on Sunday, as long as when they walk away and go home, they're excited to come back. And I found when people were racing till late in the night, they're really struggling. Their car is not working like it did throughout the entire day. And now everything's falling apart and they're having a horrible time. And then guess what? You got to wake up Sunday morning and do it over again because you just had a bad time. So now you qualified badly. You're going to start first thing in the morning. Oh, wait, you missed your main because you forgot that, or you didn't catch that it was posted because you were up so late and then up so that it makes it really hard for everybody. So that's just something we can take out of that equation.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the original question was, but because we talk about this topic all the time, and I really I stand pretty firm with where we're at with it and what we do. I really do.
It was about Friday qualifying.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
If you feel the need to re-ask that question, wait until after we have the first over 500 entry race. Then it will be a viable
So
question.
after 2026, we'll reconvene. In 1 year from now, we'll reconvene. when we hit
exactly 1 year from now,
Yes.
I will be sleeping. Just so you know.
Nope. We will be post LCRC 526 entries. Mugen challenge.
526?
Yeah, mark it down.
You got about 6 more minutes, so you better make your questions good.
Taylor,
Come
you're
on,
up.
honey. Relax.
3.5 hours.
It's relax.
322.
I got one more I wanted to close with for
Yes,
me.
Taylor, you can give us as many questions as you'd like.
Oh, thank you,
We're
Christa.
here for the podcast.
Where are babies from?
As I get shanked the next time I walk through the
Costco.
shop in the back. Anyone else want to jump in before me or no?
I'm done. I went through all mine.
All right. So,
I never had
what
any.
is one or two moments of something really good that's come out of running the hobby shop and the racetrack that makes it all seem worth it? Whether, little Timmy got his first RC car and then ended up becoming Ethan Mechanic, touring the world, being almost like a pro RC racer, or, I can't think of however many ideas, but
I
something
see four of
along
I
those lines.
see 4 of them right now.
Oh, hey.
I meant actual good.
That's good. What? Good driver?
No,
Give a crap about that.
5. Make it 5.
You think I'm a good driver? I can't.
Oh, I'm definitely not.
That doesn't matter. I'm talking about this whole.
He's awake now.
The whole thing is okay. Yes, we drive toy cars, and yes, some of us are better at it than others, and the whole bit. But we've built friendships and family ties, and holy crap! It's heartfelt stuff. Like you don't just go find that somewhere.
We have this thing that has continued to play out through our entire lives, but especially in RC, which is like life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Like every single time that the worst thing happens or we lose somebody that like, oh crap, how are we going to make this happen? The perfect person shows up at that moment, or like everything falls into place just when you didn't expect it. We lost our roof on the shop this year, and out of it came a push to get into the house, which we're incredibly happy with, a new Airbnb at the shop and at the RC track, which is huge. And like all the good things that happen, we used to have this guy, Todd, and he was
Total
this
MacGyver.
Oh my gosh, he was a woodworker. And like he just came and volunteered his time and he could build anything we wanted. He built this crazy thing to get the
roller over the pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he built the original podium thing and like all the stuff. And then
He whipped out the front stretch ski jump at the 2015 or
ENETs.
Yeah, 13 or 15. I think it was 15.
Yeah, because the face of the jump
blew
out and we had to do something, and he just built a wooden face of the jump in like 2.2 seconds.
35 minutes from conception to completion, and that's counting running to Wrecking Balls to get Lawanan back.
He was amazing. And then when he left, like the next right person just showed up, and like there was nothing that we've ever missed. And then we have Shane Nipple now, and like Shane talking about MacGyver, he just can do anything. So I just think, all the right people, and we just keep meeting the right people, and we keep just everything, even the worst things keep happening for us. And like, it just keeps building out to be better and better and better. And we just really feel blessed right now to be surrounded by such amazing crew. And like
100%.
we've never been able to do this and be so stress free than we are right now.
No, even the quality of racer seems to be on the up and up.
Yeah, well,
and
and not
the whole bit.
not about speed. That's about their integrity.
No, yeah,
about their
no.
character.
Yeah, the quality of the people. I'm not talking about driving ability at all. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. There's been quite a few times throughout this summer that I remember thinking to myself about there is a glimmer of hope for humanity. The amount of people that are here right now, some really good people around.
There are.
It's
And
cool.
we are just like so blessed because we're incredibly supported by this community. Like, I joked earlier about, like, oh, I know you don't know me, but I know you. But like every one of those people that are rooting for us and like join us on hump day to hear us talk about our goats, and like it's just amazing, the support we have, and that, you guys just have bought into this thing we decided to build. And like none of this is possible without all the people also buying in and saying, yeah, I'm into that and I'll show up there. And even when things go wrong, like, hey, we know that you did the best you could and we're not mad at you about it. We just want to be part of this. And it's just like, it's really incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is cool to see Ethan do so well. We've literally known him since he was like 6 years old. I have pictures of Kendall when she's like 4 years old riding a four-wheeler with me. And like, it is really, Kendall for me is a moment because, I've known her pretty much her entire life. And I just am so excited and that I get to be a mentor to her. And like, I just know like, she's going to do such amazing things, but I know that I've been able to help her to do things better in the future. And like, I'm excited for her. I wish I would have had somebody do that for me at that point in my life. And she's such a hard worker. Like, she's just going to kill it. So like, I definitely have a ton of pride in watching these kids grow up and be able to teach them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, we could tell stories about, I don't want to say all of them, but I mean, there's so many if you really think about it. I mean,
Sounds like stories you can hear about on the Married to RC podcast.
Hey, nice plug. Thanks. That's exactly what I was saying,
Shameless
Davey.
plug.
Where will we catch that podcast at, and when is it dropping?
It'll be live right now. We have launched officially today on this Wednesday, and you can get it every Wednesday on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify and Podbean. So check out Married to RC.
Are you going to drop at 6 a.m. just like another pretty sweet podcast?
5 a.m. because I like to be earlier
Okay,
than you.
well, it sounds like we're dropping at 4 a.m. This episode will be.
Yeah, I get up at
I think
3:30.
we're dropping as soon as it's done. Alex is just going to get right to editing.
It's gonna be
We
Wednesday.
now switch to Tuesdays.
Yep.
Tuesdays at midnight.
and let the piss and match commence.
Yep.
That's what I like.
No, I'm stoked, guys. I appreciate you like inspiring us to do a podcast. I saw you guys like having these conversations and just being laid back and like just talking. I'm like, we kind of already do that all the time. So like, we should record it. So, it was an idea as we're sitting there in bed just talking. I'm like, we should have a microphone right now. This is a good conversation.
Yeah, a lot of these
And if-
podcasts are exactly that. It's
Thanks
just
for-
the conversations we have at the racetrack with
Yeah.
our friends, or the same questions we're going to ask each other, and we just record them, and people seem to want to listen to us yahoos, just jibber jabber.
Exactly like I
I
was.
do.
Exactly as I was saying in the beginning of this before Kevin and Christa, before you guys were on, I was talking about it a little bit. When Davey and I would lay in bed, I would say, Davey, we should have a microphone.
Together.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, as in driving Motorama or something, or driving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I like just the conversation sake
Yeah.
of it, and there's just so much that we've learned over the years. And I think back when we had the Nats and we called that track, and we're like, hey, what do we do, right? And they're like, haha, not telling you
Get fucked,
anything.
nerd.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Let's take some barriers away. If there's somebody that wants to start into this hobby or wants to have a hobby shop or wants to start an RC track or whatever, like let's tell them what we learned. And the other cool thing is when you record this kind of stuff, you get to look back in another 10 years and be like, oh my gosh, you remember 10 years ago when we thought we knew something and we were so
clueless,
stupid, but
yeah.
look at us now.
I'll never forget that guy telling me no on the phone and all but laughing in my ear. And I'm not gonna say like if he was alongside the road on fire, I would blah, blah, blah. I'm not like that. But I am fairly grudgeful in life. But I've turned that around in the way that anyone that wants to know, I'll be happy to tell you. I would think she would probably just email you the stuff we sent or just tell you what it is, but like if you wanna go for Nats, I'd be happy to tell you, like, we'll rip the Band-Aid off and let you see it. Like there ain't nothing. Nats is, if it's done, I don't want to say done right, but it has to be done right-ish, and you have to do your end well. Nats can be not a losing proposition. But I will tell you, if you're really good at what you do, the amount of money you're going to lose doing Nats versus doing one of your own gigs, you should never do Nats. Unless you still have an inner RC geek
That wants to have all the pros
that
over.
that wants to have all your cool kid top 25 guys over to hobnob with.
Yep.
That will be the only reason we would ever have Nats again.
Davey, what do you got going on there, buddy?
Obviously, you guys
making a
can't
screen
see
bleed.
Oh, so
no,
you
we
can't,
can see
can't
it.
see it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we can
Obviously,
see
the
it.
camera doesn't want to last 3.5 hours either.
Wow.
That looks
None
like
of
a
it.
Halloween
He's got all this crap everywhere, and it wants to melt down. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, I wanna start the closing comments here. I wanna I'm gonna try not to get choked up because I mean I've said it a little bit off the record to both of you, I think, but Kevin and Christa, just you guys hold such a place in my heart because I did the military thing, got out, and I'm sure everyone's talked to veterans and stuff how it's hard adjusting from military life to civilian life, and got out, and like there's like a void that I was missing in my life, and I didn't have that void filled until I showed up at Halloween Race 2024 to run the mic with Ed, and like ever since then it's like, oh my goodness, my life has purpose again. And just all the relationships between you two and getting closer with everyone around there, it's just the greatest thing ever. It really is. It brings a lot of happiness to my life and brought me out of a hole I was diving into, and so I'm very appreciative about everything you guys do and the little world you created, and I appreciate you guys so
Very
much.
blessed to have you.
No, we're super grateful for you. You say about getting out of military life, and you're one of the first ever staff people we brought on that Kevin's like, hey, I got to be able to just like bark orders at you and just like have you go with it and like not get emotional or upset or anything. And you're like, yeah, I got that.
Covered.
You really roll with that very well.
I'm
training the last 5 years for this moment.
Dude, no, in the last decade, I've kind of gotten a reputation for making the race director leave the booth crying. So
It's happened multiple times.
And now it's
but-
like Kevin's like, hey, you're fucking 15 minutes behind. Figure it out. And then I'm like, okay. And then like, all right, Davey, we're 8 minutes behind. Figure it out. And Davey's like, okay. And then next thing you know, we're back in the green.
Yeah. First of
Yeah,
all,
and
you
then
do
you-
an
After me,
amazing
wait a
job.
minute.
and then you
You're
load the
welcome.
water. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all thanks to Taylor
Thank
and
you.
Shane Laux and Cody and Zach. It's all Shane Nipple. It's all thanks to the track crew. But one way or the other, that number's back in the green.
It's also worth saying, like, that's what Kevin's really pushing you guys to do, but like I also push you out of your box to like try to
Run
do
an
this
awards
promotion
banquet.
type stuff. Yeah, well, and all of the things, like whatever way we can show up for the racers, like whether it's driver introductions or talking about
A
the
roast or whatever.
yeah, or talking about the point series and like keeping up with all of that and like turning into a sports analyst. Like I know I'm always pushing you, but I love how you can balance, both of you guys really balance like Kevin's direction versus my direction, and you don't slight either one of us in the midst of that, which not all people are good at that. Like some people are like, oh no, Kevin said
They-
this and he's the boss and I'll do what
they-
he said. And,
Hey, they do take your side over mine.
well, because they're
51%.
smart.
Hey,
But
Alex,
no.
I know what's hot on this podcast.
Apparently, this GoPro up here.
David's GoPro's clocking 210 right now.
116. 116.
Okay.
All right, there's my
You
closing
know what's
comments.
not hot anymore? My dinner. That's what's not hot anymore.
Okay, around the room, Taylor, closing comments.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared for this. I had two pages of notes.
See, now the podcast is starting to get good. We should have just started now. Like, I mean,
I
like
agree.
the
Let's
people,
just
the
keep
people I
going.
want to thank are here.
Yeah.
You just say where we can find you guys if anyone listening to this podcast doesn't
Apparently
know. How about
Podbean
that,
now.
please?
Oh, that'd be great. So, obviously, we are LCRC Raceway everywhere. So, on Facebook, you can find us LCRC Raceway, Instagram, LCRC Raceway, LCRCRaceway.com. Online, we can be your mom and pop shop if you're looking for a place to be and don't have a local hobby shop that could do it. We prefer you go to them first, but we could be your backup if you're not local to somebody. We not only do 8th scale off road, but we also do custom works and dirt oval stuff.
Yep.
And now new Married to RC, which is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and also on Podbean.
Heck
Love it.
yeah.
Anywhere I'm missing, dear?
No. I listen, it's a lot. There's so many dimensions to what we do and little niches and
This is where they can find us.
in your
Different
basement.
dimensions. And then if you talk about the 2-dimension versus the 3-dimension,
And then when it rains, there's the
Night,
4th
good night,
dimension.
everyone.
Michael.
Well, I mean, thank you both for coming on. Obviously, I honestly think this is going to be a really good episode for a lot of people because your guys' podcast is only an hour long, right? So they get to see a little bit of you. Even just for me, just having this really long conversation, it really gets to see another side of you guys. Really open up, talk, and be a little freer, right? So, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
The AV.
Why'd everybody laugh? I don't know. Standard thank yous to everybody. I mean, I guess thanks to Tony for letting me stay here and do this. He got almost as excited as I was about all this because he gets to play with all of his toys and stuff. Thank you for Riley, the kid who runs register up front, for helping us figure out last minute OBS stuff to get it to talk to Discord so I could be on here. And freaking Tyson I got a soft box on me. I got a soft light on me because Tony was like, "You're in the shadow. When you're on this camera, you're in the shadow." Tyson, you have a soft box? He's like, "Yeah." So I have a soft box here. Got 2 cameras. Yeah. For the special occasion, we went all out for this one. So.
All that
Yeah.
for the cameras to die.
That's cool.
I like the disco cameras.
Yeah. We can do.
Oh.
See?
And there's Bachman's cars. Anyways.
Yeah, there are Bachman and Tyson's cars, you know. I'm trying to roll it around the
Closing comments. Shout out ACS, of course, and as we already did, LCRC, everyone we always talk about, and Davies showing you ACS
You can apparently
hobbies
buy
right now.
tickets to win this if you want a nice refurbished actual street light.
Shameless plug.
Thanks.
Okay. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcast, all the things and stuff. And as always, as we ask our guests, we say we tell everyone to keep it between the pipes, and we tell everyone
Keep
to
it on all fours.
keep it on all fours. Yes, Mike. And we ask our guest, what else do we do?
Slow
So
is
it's
fast.
Hey, we did it! Yay! 3 and 40 minutes later, and we're done. Good night, everyone.
Toodles.
Aw. Bye.
Thanks, guys. That was great.
Yeah.